Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I met some beautiful women. As soon as they open their mouth, I'm like, you are ugly as hell. And I ain't gonna hold you. I met some girls that weren't that attractive. When they open their mouth, I'm like, damn, you're a little cuter.
Yeah,
And I
agree.
kind of want to entertain their conversation more. I'm like, damn, you're very pleasant.
Yeah.
Very pleasant. I met some girls that sofa back. I'm like, take that wig off and you not hot. Mine's not hot.
I love when you do the girl thing. I love how you act as a woman.
You know they do that.
I don't know who act like that.
What?
He always like,
So, okay, watch this shit. Watch this question. How many women you know that's married, personally?
A few. More that are not.
Just say a number that are. Just say a number. It's not a wrong or right question.
A lot. Like, let's go to 15.
Okay, 15 women that are married. Now, if you had to really sit there, close your eyes and think about the 15 women.
Close my eyes, okay.
You think about the 15 women.
I'm thinking about
If you had to say the first number that comes to your mind based on looks, what would be their average? Hold on. What would be their average looking, Shay?
Can I finish my drink?
Damn.
Thank you, Yose.
So I'm asking again, Shay, if you had to look at your 15 friends who are married, what would be the average numbers?
Did I tell y'all church was good today?
No, wait. Answer the question. Answer the question,
Church
Shay.
was so good.
Answer the question. I'm waiting, Shay.
You're annoying.
We're saying average.
Welcome to the Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast, starring Q the Boss.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast. They call me Q the Boss. And my beautiful co-host, Sister Shay Jones. Can we high five?
I feel like I'm about to go in a boxing ring the way you just introduced me. It's a little different introduction today.
Sometimes you never know with you.
Quinton.
You was on one this week, so I already know what it's going to be this week.
I was on one.
You was on one this week.
But I'm much better now.
Better?
I'm so much better. Thank you for some great advice yesterday.
I
Always
gave
there
you
when I
great
need
advice?
you. You did. Cheers. You did.
Y'all heard that?
He did.
Time out. Y'all heard that?
He did.
Wow. So today's topic, guys, is going to get a little personal.
Oh, boy.
And I know some people are going to get very diabolical and very emotional. Today's topic is, I am not attracted to your mouth. Respectfully. What do you hear when you hear that? I'm just curious. What do you hear? I am not attracted to your mouth.
Obviously that's coming from a space of a man. Are we going men and women? But I'm going to talk for a man. I think it's coming from you guys saying that just the things we say. It's things that come out of our mouth. Sometimes as females, how aggressive some females can be, how disrespectful some females can be, how combative some females can be. I think that is the whole I'm not attracted to your mouth. That's what I get from it. That's my take on it. Somebody said bad breath. I'm dying.
That's a good one. That's another one.
That too.
Definitely another one. You know, when I hear I'm not attracted to your mouth, I hear that when we're taught physically as a man, you have to control your hands. You shouldn't put your hands on a woman. I think women should be taught how to not verbally abuse a man. The same way you're taught not to physically abuse a woman. I think they should be taught that too. I've never heard no one say, yo, you shouldn't put I heard my whole life, a man ain't supposed to hit a woman. But I ain't never in my life heard someone tell a woman shouldn't verbally abuse a man. I've never heard that in my life. You think about that. I've always heard, a man ain't supposed to hit no woman. But I ain't never heard what a woman is being forced to believe that she shouldn't have to do to a man.
I think that I agree with you about that. I do think that you have some men that obviously can't keep their hands to themselves and some females that can't control their mouths. Yes. I think, like someone said, respect both parties. Respect is due on both ends. I feel like for those females that it's just naturally the way they speak and it's disrespectful, because I know some women that are like that naturally they come off as disrespectful from just the gate. But I think that you do have in I'm going to speak for some females, not all. I think that sometimes you have some female that you ever see somebody take you to a point and it's not that's where you started or that's where you want to be, but sometimes it could be out of continuing to have the same conversation over and over. It's like when you talk to your child.
Okay.
When you talk to your child and you say to him, listen, clean your room.
Yes.
that clean your room tone at this decimal stays there for but so long.
Yes.
And then you may get a little louder and you may get a little bit more upset because that person isn't listening.
Agreed.
I think sometimes that's how it is in relationships where you feel like you just want to get your point across. I'm talking for those women. I'm not talking about the ones that's just off the bat telling you about yourself, cursing you out, talking about your mother. I'm not talking about those because that's highly disrespectful and no one should tolerate that. But I think sometimes when it comes from a space of you being repetitive and you feeling like I'm not getting through to this person, sometimes it goes to the next level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's always right and it depends on the level of disrespect. But I know for me, when I have to repeat myself over and over and we're talking about the same thing, then by the 7th or 8th time when I say it, I may not say it as nice as I did the first time. And I'm just being honest.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Watch this narrative. If you have a job, right? And I'm your supervisor. And I know for a fact you need this job because you have what? Bills and responsibilities, right? So if I verbally say something crazy to you as your supervisor, because I know there's not going to be no consequences, and if you come back and do anything, more than likely I'm going to what? Fire you, right? Or get you fired. You don't think that's a bully?
Yeah.
I think the same thing is with a woman. I think when a woman knows she doesn't want the consequences from a man physically, because men are trained that once we start talking like that, there's going to be a physical consequence. But women talk like that with not wanting a physical consequence, right? So let's say, look at the logic. The fact that she knows that there's no consequences is because A, he knows he's not supposed to hit a woman, and B, he knows the fact that he don't want to hit a woman.
Right.
Right? Because again, he'll go to jail. So he knows that he's not supposed to do that. But the fact of the matter is the woman knows that she's protected by the law. And secondly, she knows that in most cases, that most men are trained not to do that. So you don't think that's a bully from a woman's aspect?
I agree with you. I'm saying I agree with you if that's the situation and it's that type of woman. If it's coming from a space of now you're just being completely disrespectful and you telling him about himself in the some people do need to be told about themselves, men and women.
Yes.
And you've talked about this where sometimes you have to tell people about themselves. And sometimes, again,
it's how you do it,
right?
Okay.
If you're disrespecting to the point where it's like, whoa. Like I've had situations where I'm so tired of saying the same thing that now I'm mad. And I'm like, yo, I have to tell you this a million times. And then it comes off as like I'm being mean and aggressive. But it's like, I told you this 10 times and you didn't do it. So now the 11th time, I'm not saying F you, you ain't this, you ain't that. But now I'm tight because it's like, yo, 10 times ago we spoke about this. And now it's kind of like, yo, what's up with you?
You said he provokes your mouth.
I'm not saying you provoke that person's mouth. No one can provoke your mouth because you have to have that emotional control. But I'm just saying to you, naturally, like in anything, humans don't like to repeat themselves over and over. And if you have to say something 10 times, by the 10th time, you may get a little bit, your tone may change. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm
now,
not saying get disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't feel it, but what's disrespect? Everybody's perception and how interpretation of disrespect is different.
Okay. So
You know what I mean?
let's say in most cases, if you have 10 relationships, I would say at least 8 or 9 out of 10 relationships, the man could physically beat the woman. Would you agree?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so imagine if every time this man got mad, he hovered over her and screamed down upon her and talked crazy to her because he's asserting his dominance because he physically could take advantage of her.
Right.
He knows that.
Right.
But in a lot of cases, I don't see that. I see more so the weaker physical person, which is usually the female, physically I'm talking about, not mentally, physically, do the most provoking as far as talking crazy. And I'm like, damn, some dudes, certain things are triggering to a man as well as certain things are triggering to a woman.
Right.
The problem with me, I'm more worried about when a man is yelling. And the reason being is because a man can really hurt somebody in anger. A woman yelling is just a woman being a woman in most cases, right? But again, I'm more worried about the man. I do believe that a lot of women do provoke a lot of their mouth when it comes to how the situation goes. I think some of them think they're talking to their child. And I'm like, respectfully, if that man doesn't choose to do it, either remove yourself or B, get over it. Because cursing him out and screaming and yelling is not doing anything but starting to create more. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, if you feel the need to scream and yell at me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take longer to do it. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
I agree with the last comment.
Because you ain't Sandra Brown. My mother named Sandra Brown. You ain't Sandra Brown.
I agree with what this last person in the game said. Like, we have to learn how to remove people out of our space instead of being disrespectful.
Yes.
I think I'm at a stage in my life where I firmly believe that
I agree with Jim Rowe too. That's a fact.
you have to realize that sometimes some things just ain't working. And some people just, if someone is taking you to a level
Yes.
all the time
Yes.
where you feel like, not even triggering you, where you feel like you're stepping out of character all the time,
Okay,
and you
okay.
have to get like this, or you feel the need to get like that because you
Valid
never
point.
have to do anything. You got to remove people from your space. And I think that's something that we have to normalize, is that
Yes.
not everybody belongs in your space. When it's getting so toxic to the point where you guys feel the need to yell at each other, or this woman is disrespecting you, you got to remove her. Or
Yes.
this man is just getting you provoked to that point that you have to remove him, because I feel like we don't talk about it a lot, but mental health, like, when you disturbing people's mental health and their peace, that's a big thing. I'm big on my peace. At 40 years old, I'm big on my peace. And I don't want to compromise my peace for the purpose of what? I don't want to do it. I don't want to sit and argue with you. And when I say argue, I mean, I'm not talking about those little things where you could get over, where it's like, okay, we had a little disagreement, we get over. We talking about, like, for us to have a topic right now, I'm not attracted to your mouth. We talking about somebody who's just firmly disrespectful. If you don't want to do it, let's just remove people.
But being fair, a lot of times women feel like what they prioritize is the most important thing in the house, right? 9 out of 10 times a woman come home angry, the whole house has to feel that energy. So a lot of times the woman feels like whatever I feel is important has to be done now. And the reason, let me finish, I didn't cut you off, right? Let me finish. What I'm saying is, a lot of times you're asking him to do something that maybe he doesn't prioritize, but he has a laundry list of other things that he's also expected to do. And being fair to him, he might be like, yo, I've done 1,000 of these things. I got to still worry about these other 99 things that I still got to worry about that I haven't gotten done, and you're worried about this. Because I do see a lot of times, even misunderstanding. Like, I told you one time I had to show my woman that I just don't complain as much as you, but believe you me, I can find a lot of things to complain about. If I was on the same type of time as you, I can make our relationship end tomorrow. And the reason why is because I could always find something to complain about the same way you are. Sometimes it's like, rather than complain about it, just do it. If it's not physically gonna harm you, or you can do it, just do it. Like, I think that's what a healthy relationship look like. I think when we keep ledgers and we keep track record of who did what and who didn't do what, I think you're starting to create an unhealthy relationship in itself automatically, because now you're starting to worry about what he ain't doing, when he didn't do, but you're gonna overlook the things he did do. And vice versa for the man. I think a man could overlook the things that the woman do because of the fact that she didn't do one thing. I think people have become so accustomed to normalizing the negatives that they over remember and forget the positives. I think people will forget, I could have done 99 things good for you. The moment I do one bad thing, it's crazy. And now you completely scarred me because of one bad mistake.
Well, that's silly. Naturally,
talked
if
about
we're
that
in
this
an
week, too.
argument about somebody just doing one bad thing is completely different. If you're talking about someone's household, I don't really see people breaking up a household because you did one thing. And do I believe that what is a non-negotiable and something that I don't like, maybe that's works in my household. Maybe I don't like certain things. Maybe if I tell Q every day, listen, you're supposed to mow the lawn, Q. You were supposed to take the this out. You're supposed to, whatever works in somebody's household for them, and that's a non-compromise. It might seem small to you, but it may be big to them. It may be a bigger thing to, I don't know what it is. I'm naming those little small things. But I'm saying it may be bigger to them.
But what happens when that man leaves?
Are you saying it's something that the person will have to do for themselves now?
Yeah, of course. So when I look at it, like, you're willing to go to war for this issue because of how important you making that issue, right? So now when this person, male or female, leaves the situation, now it's all on you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, sometimes we gotta pick and choose our battles a little better, sister soldiers.
I agree. I mean, and listen, what some people argue with, we're not talking about just household things, but like I've always said, I think what works in people's relationships is what works with them, and what's a non-negotiable and not for you to compromise. I always say your experience is your evidence. I stand firm behind that, and I say it every day, because I could come sit here and tell you, I don't need someone to validate my story for it to be true.
Okay.
You don't need someone to validate your story for it to be true. If something is, for me, I'm like, listen, I can't deal with that. And I can't deal with this. And if it's something, most of the times when people are dealing with stuff, it's not a one-day thing. It's someone coming to you saying, I've been dealing with this for months or years, where, I mean, anybody willing to break up a relationship over one little fight or one little disagreement or one little, he didn't take out the trash or he didn't this, that's crazy. I think a lot of times the complaint is kind of like nonstop, and it's other things on top of it that don't make people, you know what I'm saying? It's not a constant.
There's 1,000 things. I think, honestly, men genuinely just don't say nothing about a lot of things that bother us.
Well, then that's on y'all. I gotta speak up.
I think it's because we realize that sometimes I think you have to be able to have that discernment. Say, yo, is this person intentionally just trying to make my day miserable? Like, I think if you chose to love somebody, right, or to be with somebody rather, and this person has woken up and said, my job is to make Tashay's day miserable, I think you chose a horrible mate. I think sometimes we overvalue our feelings and undervalue our mate's feelings to the point where whatever we feel matters more. I think men, like he said, men know when to pick and choose their battles. I think we are, and we have an extreme level of discernment. I told you before, when a man starts complaining about his woman to the audience, he's really tired of her. I think women will complain about their man to an audience even when they're not tired of him.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with
that's
that.
what's
Women
weird.
yeah.
Like, if a man's telling the audience, his people, his business, he getting tired of her. Real talk. Go ahead.
All right, so then who do you guys think is more liable to make mistakes? Because I have a friend, she had like a situation, and she had a situation basically, you know, everybody in relationships, we show signs of insecurity. It comes out. Who is more liable to show a sign of insecurity? And I feel like if men show a sign of insecurity with a woman, they're left instantly.
Sassy.
It's over. But if a woman does it, we have to respect the mistake they made, fix it, and move forward. So who's liable to make more mistakes in a relationship, men or women?
I think both can make mistakes. Like I said, I feel like it all boils down to what works for you. I think you can have 10 people in relationships come to you and say something and have a complaint, and you'll be like, oh, I would never be mad at that. And then you could call somebody else and they'll be like, oh, I couldn't take that either. I think to each his own when it comes to relationship. I don't like to give my friends relationship advice. I really don't. Whenever a friend calls me with like, he did this or she did this, whether it's a male or female friend, I don't like to, because I feel like a lot of times we give advice because we're out of the situation. And when you're in it, I feel like it's different. So sometimes it's biased. Like,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? I like to be diplomatic. I don't like to say, because I could call Q. Like I told you, I talk to Q every day, guys. And I'll call Q. I called Q with a situation yesterday. And he's like, nah, I think. And I'm like, brother, you really blah, blah, blah. And I needed him, me. And I needed him to kind of just, but you can say, I am somebody who, I'll take accountability. If I'm
100%.
wrong, I'll sit in the corner and be like, you know what? I got to sit for a second and realize that I was wrong. But I called him just so he could be a third person, a little bit of a mediator to a situation that I had going on. And he helped me get through the situation.
And the first thing I said was what? The person's never been wrong.
Right.
They never hurt you. They never did anything malicious to you. And again, I've known you way longer than I know the person. But I'm just saying, listening to it, I'm like, wait, this person has never done anything wrong.
Right.
This can be a complete misunderstanding to the point where you're cutting off a good person because of a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Sometimes overreacting actually creates toxic situations.
Agreed.
Because again, I'm like, wait, hold on. I think you should not just jump to conclusions and forget about all the positives.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, I genuinely believe that based on social media, we have the most imperfect people who will admit they're imperfect, but still expect to find the most perfect people, which is crazy. Everyone will say right now, hey, I'm imperfect. But then they still want someone perfect, which is crazy.
But do you think that sometimes when you give people too much access, then people do what you allow, kind of thing?
Agreed. When you said that, I validated that. That's a
people,
fact.
I think that sometimes
Play in your face?
When you let people play in your face, I think a lot of times we step into relationships and we don't set the tone
100%.
and we don't set a precedence. And I think when you don't, you will let certain things fly by that you normally wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there's certain standards, there's certain things that we romanticize or we glamorize that are standards in relationships that we shouldn't go around here saying, oh my God, that's so great that he did that. Oh, he don't be beating you. Oh, he don't be cheating on you. Oh, that's a standard. Like, we're not going to sit here and romanticize the fact that you're in a relationship with someone who's loyal. Like, is it normal to be disloyal? Is it normal to be getting physical abuse? But then there are the things behind that follows. That's why I told you when we talked about finances, I feel like someone can be a good provider, but it doesn't necessarily make them a good mate. It doesn't mean that they're a good partner, right? You can sit here and provide for somebody and say, listen, when the bills come, we getting the bills paid, but y'all don't get along. So does that mean you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my opinion, guys. This is my opinion.
I don't think men wake up from childhood and learn the Cinderella story. We learn the Cinderella story through y'all. I've never met a real man say, oh my God, I can't wait to have my wedding. I've never met a man talk like that, right? So reality is the wedding, the Cinderella story, these are all fictional things that have to be perfect to please or appease a woman. In reality, these women believe that their perfect life is out there that exist. And I'm like, when you're talking to them, they're so conditioned to the point where you're even meeting 40, 50, 60-year-old people who still believe that this Cinderella story happens. And, and I hate to say this, Disney and all of those other companies that's created these stories, they've made billions and billions of dollars of creating a mentality that you see that's in society today, where people believe that this perfect person is supposed to come and ride into the sunset and take you off and give you the greatest life on earth. And meanwhile, you get to live this soft, easy life. There is no such thing as a soft, there's no such thing as a soft, easy life in America. Everyone has to work hard here. Everyone has to build together. In most cases, you have a lot of people who believe that, yo, the only way I can really, truly value him if he completely takes away all my burdens. That means you need to marry Jesus. You need to marry Jesus.
Look,
someone said agree. We're brainwashed as little girls.
To believe that anyone's going to live a fairy tale life nowadays, guys, because we don't even have examples of that. We've all seen our parents. Some of them are married. My parents are divorced. Some are married forever, but we don't see perfection. I do believe that, though, a lot of guys will waste your time if you allow them. I think if sometimes women aren't adamant about what are we doing. If you're with a woman, I think one of you guys sent in the group the other day where the guy, she took him to the ring shop and was like, oh, you could get me a ring. She didn't even want something that was expensive. It was more so for us to just like go in front of God. We need a union. Like, I don't want to just be a baby mom. I just want to be a girlfriend. And his thing was,
she's acting like a baby mom, girlfriend.
Okay, but then you know that. Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, giving someone full access to you when they don't want that commitment is a waste of time. If you know that you don't see this woman as a wife, then we need to sever ties, and now we need to co-parent.
50-50.
Because why are we sitting here in a relationship for years where you know that the end to all is to have this family, have this union, and if you don't want that, then why are you wasting my time? Because now, what I think a lot of men do, you waste a lot of the good years with this person who you thought you were going to be together forever with. That doesn't happen. And then what happens?
So let me ask
you got to be intentional. Hold on. But you don't want to. So now I'm sitting here in a relationship with you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We got kids. We got this. We got that. And now we go to a ring shop and you say, oh, I didn't find the person I want to marry you. You know, come on. So now that's a waste of a woman's time. So at what point?
But he could have been telling her that. He could have been vocalizing that.
He could have. We don't know if he did or did it. Because we don't know if he did or didn't.
Let's go. Is it receptive when you're telling your mate something is wrong about them? Initially, you'll say something like, when I tell my friends things about themselves, they're not confident and comfortable to hear it. So imagine dating someone like that. If you telling me as her best friend, stay with me, this is your friends. Shay, a friend means someone almost as equivalent to family. Someone I could depend on, someone I can trust. Someone that's gonna have my back through thick and thin, right? So if you look at that logic, I can't even go to this person I'm supposed to have that rapport with and tell them the truth. So what happens when you date someone like that, Shay? Just imagine going to this person, vocalizing things that they're doing that's bothering you, right? And now let's say they're not receptive. And now here's the catch-22. You know they're not receptive when you tell them about themselves. How the hell do you want me to be receptive when you're not receptive when I'm telling you things about yourself?
For you to sit here and act like you don't know men that'll stay in relationships knowing they don't want marriage, I'm talking about those men. We're not going to give a general statement. We're talking about those men that'll sit there and be in a relationship for years knowing that you don't want anything but a relationship. You don't want marriage. You don't want that.
She's not marriage material.
Whether or not. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So then we don't need to waste each other's time.
People can grow.
How long you going to be with somebody?
Shit, I wasn't always husband material.
20 years.
I wasn't always husband material.
Come on.
I think one thing you shouldn't do on a man is put a time limit on when to marry you. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why I say that is because now you're forcing him to do something that he's not gonna take serious. Right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a guy that got married because I was dating someone whose family was very religious, and I did it with the intentions on doing right, but my heart wasn't there and my mind wasn't there. I think understanding when you walk down the aisle, you're saying to yourself, this is it, no matter what. You say, most people don't even live up to their vows. It says, do thick, thin, do.
I am.
They're not living up to their vows, most people, right? So when you look at that narrative alone, it's like, I'm only really your family as long as I can produce and consistently do what you expect me to do for you. That's the only conditional family. I'm a conditional family member. So I'm not like the person, let's say hypothetically, you know how people make up family? And when they get mad at each other, you're not my real cousin. That's the same thing I feel like what men go through in relationships today. You're not my real man unless these conditions are met. Therefore, we're family because of the fact that he can provide, he can protect, and he can give me security. If any of these three things are any kind of not to the level of my standing, a lot of women are not going to view you as the man or the person that they want to continuously try to build with.
Listen,
and I'm just saying what it is.
People date with intentions. People want to marry. We've sat on this podcast and preached the importance of marriage and family and the household, and this is what we need. But if men aren't doing it, what are we supposed to do? If we're sitting here with you for years, I'm not sitting here saying you should force anyone to marry you, but there has to be intention. What is the purpose? Are we trying to build something or are we not? And if you realize that you're with someone that you don't want to build with, then let them go. Don't waste each other's time. Because guess what? If I'm looking for a husband and that's not what you want to be, let me go find him.
So can I ask you
and
a
if
question?
you're looking for a living mate and I don't want to be that, then you go find that.
Okay,
I think
so
that's
let me ask you
fair.
this question. So if you had a job and they keep hiring people that got hired after you and giving them better positions, you'll realize at that moment, hey, I got to step my game up and work harder. At that time, if you can't think like that, then you're on a whole level of weirdness. Because reality is, if this man says he loves you, he's intentional, but he doesn't want to move to the next step, it could either be one or two things. Either A, he's not that type of guy that want to be married, or B, you're not the type of woman where he sees himself married to, but he might still be madly in love with you. Because there's a lot of people that's sitting there still dating potential. You think men don't date women with potential? The same way you always say, oh, we stay around for a man's potential. There's men that date women just because of their potential. We hope that you get it together. We hope that you wake up.
I don't disagree
we hope
with
that you get out of your delusion. We hope that you find yourself one day and realize that you've been bugging the whole time. The expectations was impossible. Because the reality is you have a woman who have a history of dating, meet a guy, put all of these expectations that she didn't put on the men that she's had children with. And then you say stuff like that's weird that you've created this whole new standard. And reality is the chances of you finding someone that can love you, appreciate you, be loyal to you, that's a high percentage. But the percentage of finding someone super financially secure that's gonna take care of you and wow you off your feet, and like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, reality is, I've never seen nobody go to the deal and said, I want the oldest car with the highest miles on the lot. They want the newest car that has the lowest miles. Would you buy a 2027 car with 100,000 miles?
I mean, I don't know where that came from. We went into a whole other conversation.
What I'm saying is, men, women don't, their value don't increase as they get older.
We've talked about this a million times. Hence why this lady wanted him, again, to prove my point.
But she don't want to say, let me work on myself.
Why waste time, though?
Shay,
because
I think it's diabolical when a person can say, let me sit down and get out of myself for a second.
But how do you know it was her? You're sitting here with the mentality that it was her. What if it was just this man
But you're sitting
that
with
he
the
didn't want to
mentality
do it? I'm sitting saying maybe for both.
No,
which
that's
either
not
or.
what you said before.
Which either or.
That's not what
Okay,
you said
so let's
before.
say it was both. Let's say it was both. But I'm saying
Now
if
we
you
having a
know
fair
you're not
conversation.
ready, if you know you're not ready for her, or you don't want marriage and this is what she wants, and that's not somebody for you. That's not somebody for you.
But
Then
in
let
the same
that
breath,
person
Shay,
move on.
You gave a standard, and you said that your standard was he's playing with her time, and you stuck to that stance, right? Would you agree, Tyler? You stuck to that stance. I came with a different ideology and said, what if she's not doing the right thing that makes him feel comfortable enough to marry her? What if? So the same way you gave a fact, I gave you a what if scenario.
And I agreed with you and said, okay, so now let's talk about from both. But I'm talking from the point of, I asked you a question and said, do you feel that there are times where people are in relationships where we both want something different? So why are we together? If me and you are together and I want marriage and you don't, and essentially I want this to be solidified as a union, and now we're together 10, 15 years, then are we wasting each other's time? Because you just said women age out. So now I'm with you from 25 to 30, 35 to 40. You don't want to, well, you say, guess what? We decrease in value as to men.
What happens is
as we get older.
And being fair, a woman has her highest chance of finding her greatest man at her younger years. No one says she can't find a man.
But if I'm with you and I want that growth with you and you don't want that, then let people go.
But the issue is, Shay, the only issue with growth, 9 out of 10 times when a woman tells a man she wants him to grow, it's for things that benefit her. That's how selfish they are. They want the man to grow to give her a better life. They want a man to grow to give her better vacations. They want a man to go to drive better cars. It's never like, yo, let's get rid of your college loans. You know, you doing things that benefit him. It's, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you should go back to school because you know I can see you with a master's degree. It's always things that benefit her. She wants those things for herself. It's just reality. And when you sit down and listen to a lot of women, like, yo, your perspective is horrible because you only want this man to do better because of the fact that you want more from your life and you want him to give it to you. And a lot of humans ain't honest with themselves and say, you know what? I do expect a man to do this and do that and the third. But the reality is, you know what? I'm outgrowing him. No, you want a more lifestyle, and that's what you say. Your excuse is, I've outgrown him, but the reality is you just want more. And from the relationship that you feel he should be giving you. That's a reality.
So the same way that you feel like that outside of the marriage, what about when people get into marriages and things aren't working? Do you feel like people can outgrow each other and things just cannot work? Sometimes, even if you try, like you gave the job example, it's like going to work, right? And you say, listen, I applied for this position. This person comes dressed every day, just, the attire for work.
Okay.
But he's just not doing the job. He's not getting the job right. But he's not a bad person. Q comes and he looks good. Comes to barbershop. He shows up with all his tools.
Yeah.
But he can't cut hair. Like, do you remain a barber now?
I'm not gonna make him an owner of the barbershop.
Okay, you might not be an owner, but I'm saying if you
I'm not gonna marry the person and then
but
realize
if you can't cut hair, then why am I keeping you here as a barber?
Why would you go all the way to the end, which is make that person a partner in the business legally on paper, and then you realize
maybe you
these
saw
things?
the potential. Sometimes you see that. You don't think people see that sometimes, but you don't. I'm asking you if that happens. It's not about your opinion of whether it's good or bad. I'm asking you if that happens.
The potential only is because of what you want. Sometimes people don't want things for themselves that we want for them that they don't want for themselves. And we have to accept that your standard of what you believe somebody is, as long as they're not leashing and taking advantage of anybody and not robbing anybody to get it, that's what they want from life. There are people right now who have less who are happier than people that have a lot. Do you agree with that statement?
Of course.
They have a lot less, and they're comfortable because their objective was not to become rich and wealthy. Their objective was to enjoy their life more, to be able to be around their family and friends.
Right.
That's their life, and to them, they're happy, and genuinely happy, right? Opposed to, because I feel I should have a mansion, I want 5 cars in my driveway, and if you're not good enough, Tyler, to get me that, you're not a good man. That's diabolical, Shay.
Thank you. Q, you're going to the extreme. You're talking about women who want, I'm not, we're not going to those extremities of saying, I want you to, I don't know any woman on this live right now, married or not, that's sitting here saying, when I got with my husband, I wanted 5 cars in the driveway, I wanted a maid, I wanted vacation 7. No, those are not the reasons typical marriages are not working, Q. Typical marriages are not working because I don't have 5 cars in the driveway and all of that. Come on.
There are a lot of people right now.
Yes, people do put expectations.
And I'm going to keep it 100. They leave their relationships for faulty attention. And trust me, social media, faulty is fake. There's a lot of people right now in relationships who are hyped at the attention they're getting from via social media, right? They're getting a lot of attention that they believe is real. A lot of women do not have the level of discernment to understand the difference between sexual attention and actual relationship attention. If you get 100 men trying to talk to you, 5% of the men are relationship attention. 95% of them are every bit of sexual attention. And women cannot decipher the two. They'll take it as, oh my God, he wants me. No, he wants sex. And every man is on it. Let's talk logical, guys. Everybody's on their best behavior until they get some sex. So reality is, when I put women onto this, I'm like, sister, please do not lose your decent man because you are a decent woman, right? Because no one is perfect. You are a decent woman. He's a decent man, right? Do not lose your decent man being a decent woman because of the fact that you're getting some faulty attention. That attention is not real. And by the time you figure it, you're like, oh my God. Every woman is excellent. Okay, let's say you have a son or a daughter. I'm not hanging out with your son and daughter, right? So reality is, while I'm not hanging out with your son and daughter, of course we have the best relationship. I don't have the responsibilities that come with you. And 9 out of 10 times, your mouth, you go home and you bring it to that person that you live with. You're not bringing it to me. So if I have a side chick, right? My side chick in my relationship is perfect, especially if she has a man. If she has a whole man, we have the perfect relationship. And you know why? Because she gonna go bring him that negative energy that she has every damn day. But when she see me, I get nothing but the angels in the heavens. Because of the fact that, guess what? She believes that this is real. It's not. When all the responsibilities come, she gonna realize, you know what she did? She played herself. You played yourself. A lot of women cannot decipher. I promise you, they cannot see this is sexual attention. This is not real. If my woman said right now that I met a man in the gym, for one, his sexual desires is the move. Right? Because 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, any real man of value or substance, if I know you got somebody and I take you from that somebody, I believe that somebody else can take you from me. Because the same way you got him is the same way you lose him. And that's how men think. The same way you got him is the same way you lose him. That's how men really think. If I can bag you from a joint when you with a dude, trust me, I feel like anybody can take you too. 100%. Unless you were in a situation where you and the person was not physical and y'all had your separation, but y'all might have been under the same roof. That's a different scenario. But a lot of the time, Shay, that women go home and act like to their husband that they're still invested and they're still there. And then they go to that new side guy and act like this is a perfect situation. But everything is fun. We meet up, we go on trips, we have fun, we go out to dinner. Of course, it's fun. It's fun. But once the responsibility, now I see your kids, I'm like, oh. Imagine dating somebody for 5 years and never have to see their kids for 5 years. You technically feel like they ain't got no kids. You technically feel like they ain't got no kids. But then when the kids are, you're like, oh my God, this is a little different right here. I don't know if I can do this anymore. That's a fact. So I'm just saying, like, we got to realize it's what it is these platforms that we have in our hands, they create a lot of sick people. I'm sorry, I call it what it is. They're sick. I'm saying a lot of people look for the grass to be greener, but they don't want to even work on their own garden. They don't work on their own situations. They don't want to work on their own situations.
Oh, who said that? Husband and wife or roommates with kids to raise. The rest is non-existent after a few years.
It's partnership.
Polyglot Fan TV. Facts.
It's supposed to be a partnership.
Facts. Yeah, but you know me. I'm firm, and I see a lot of marriages where people should have never gotten married, which just should have never happened. It should have never happened. And I think a lot of people have weddings and they don't have marriages, and I told you that. It's just
because they're not marriage material.
It's just people out here just running around getting married, and they shouldn't have got married. I told you, I'm big on the next time I get married. So guys, as you guys know, I've been very, very vocal on this podcast about my marriage and what's going on, and it's a marriage that is ending. And do I think that we should have been in counseling prior to getting married? 100%. Okay. I think that's something that we did not do. I'm mad at myself for not doing it. I'm upset at myself for us rushing to the altar, not really being 100. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact that we ran, and now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, like, you guys have kids in this situation and you ran to the altar when you had problems. Yeah. We had problems before we got married. We were not getting along before we were married. We had all these issues, and we still decided to walk down the aisle because that was going to change it. With no counseling, with no help, with no prayer, without bringing God into it. And we went and did it. And what do you think happened when we got married? It got worse.
100%.
It didn't help it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you think marriage solves everything because it just looks aesthetically good. It looks great because it's like, you know what? Instead of going around and saying, this is my baby father, or this is my boyfriend, this is my husband, this is my wife. But y'all don't really have a marriage, because when the door closes, it's straight toxic. And when I see that, I am very firm with people. And I say, you know, I've been going to church, guys. 100%. I've been going to church. And I've been praying over my children. I've been praying over me, praying over what's to come next, because I know that it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a long road. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that had we taken the steps to do the counseling, to really get into something like that, it would have just been better for us, and we didn't. You know what I mean?
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I think if you had 100 women in the room, I think 100 women are good. 100 women. Out of 100 women, I think 100 women are good for the wedding. But I think you're going to get a negative percentage when you start talking about marriage. Yeah. And I think vice versa. I think a lot of men, you have 100 men in the room, every man is good for the wedding date. Because that's the greatest and fun day of your life. You're having fun. But the reality is, after, if your mind is not set that if I go into this marriage, I'm in it forever, you should never get married. I promise you, you should never get married. Because again, when you go into a marriage and you already have the ideology that I can walk away from this, you should have never been married. Because that means you never even meant your vows. You never even meant your vows. You oath to something that you didn't even believe in. So reality is, you truly had broken and poor intentions from the day you went in. So again, if you say, hey, this is the oath says, for better, for worse, sickness and health, you know, to love and cherish forever. You said all of these things, but in reality, it was like, soon as things get sour, I'm ready to go. I can go. So that means you really never had that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was married and I had that. I oathed to something that I didn't believe in. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I sat there and stood before quote unquote God and didn't mean my vows. Didn't mean my vows. And the reason why I didn't mean my vows because I always felt like I could always escape. So I went and got married to somebody that I really truly never believed that I could work it out no matter what. I never had that belief, right? And I'm gonna just be fair to myself. So again, moving forward, when I decide to get married again, I'm definitely gonna look at it like, yo, I'm gonna marry somebody that I know for sure, and this is it. Through sickness, through health, I'm gonna oath to something that I genuinely believe in. That's why I said forcing somebody to oath to something that you don't believe in is gonna ultimately create a situation where you're gonna ultimately create another separated situation. And I think the children that you see that's running around here that's broken, they come from broken situations, right? You think right now, you don't think that there are children that were made knowing that their mother was a jump off?
Okay.
You think that mother will tell her son or daughter, I was your dad's jump off? You know what she gonna say? Your daddy was a piece of crap. But stay with me, Shay. Do you believe there are women who made children being someone's jump off?
For sure.
And you think that woman will sit there and tell her daughter the truth that I was your daddy jump off?
No.
So therefore, this kid is already taught wrong. Now your child's sitting there with this poor interpretation of what your mother and father had, but in reality, they never had that. Because your mother don't want to tell her truth. She's going to tell you that she was the princess and they loved each other. No. You used to come see him at nights.
But maybe not all mothers would say
I didn't
that.
say,
Maybe, yeah.
Most
maybe,
women won't tell
maybe,
that shit. Most women
maybe,
won't tell
I mean,
that
I
shit.
don't think a lot of women are going on to tell the story, I was your daddy's jump off. That's not something you say. But you
it's the
could,
truth.
but you could easily just say your dad and I weren't together or whatever. You don't have to not go into it be like, I was your daddy's jump off. Who's doing that?
But that's what
Like,
it was.
That's weird. You don't have to say that. You don't have to tell a
In
child
black
that.
households, it's a lot of stories on why kids was made. It's a lot of stories. Trust me, it's a lot.
Yeah, somebody said I wouldn't say nothing. Like, I'm not going into it. Who would go into it and say that? My point is that I said to you, I just feel like we're in a culture now where we're rushing to the altar when people are not ready. And you see it happening a lot. I've been to a lot of weddings where it's just like, I don't even like him. I don't really like her like that. I'm like, so why y'all get married? Like, I feel like people are just rushing to the altar. And all I'm saying is it was something that I did without taking my time to really get to know the person, for us to get to know each other, for us to sort through our problems before we said, you know what, we're going to go play in God's face. We're going to go up to him and say, yup, for better or worse, for richer or for poor. So that's what, and do y'all mean it? Like, y'all have all these issues that y'all haven't sorted out, but y'all going to really stand here and lie to me? And I feel like that's what a lot of us, so I'm admitting it. I'm taking accountability for what I did. And you went up there and you were not, I was not ready.
So
and I did it.
If you put out a resume, right?
Right.
And they say you get one job, and the one job you get, you can never get another job. But then you get hired at a job and you don't know the job at all. But if you get fired, you'll never get another job in your life. Ever get another job in your life. Right? Would you A, work hard to figure out that job?
Right.
Or would you B, just be hard at the job until they fire you?
Q, I agree with you, but that's a completely different analogy.
I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I would. That's a different
do what?
analogy. Though. You would try to work your hardest.
Okay, tell me, what would you do?
Work my hardest.
But I think what you're not trying to let me come and lay my plane is when a person get married, that's how they should view marriage. They should view it as, this is the last job, no matter what. I have to learn how to do this job. Otherwise, I should not be getting married. That's what that job is, right? Because again, when I'm explaining it to you, we feel like we have more resumes out there. So we feel like, guess what? I can get another job. So guess what? I'm not gonna appreciate the job I have because I feel like I can get me another job. So therefore, you're gonna always feel like something is existing for you that's not. This is why you're starting to find, respectfully, you're starting to find a lot of older people, and I hate to say this, I go to a lot of events, you find a lot of older professional women very single. Very, very single, just like a job market. Because you may have, like, that's a foolish thing to do. And then you see some other people, they say, you know what, I'm not gonna, I get it, playing lane. I'm saying, I'm not gonna leave this relationship until I figure out what I'm gonna do with something else. I think that's the toxicest person on earth. Entertaining somebody while you in something, that's toxic as hell, right? At least me, I have respect for myself that I left my situation completely before I even entertained anybody.
Right.
I think bringing somebody into a situation knowing that there's somebody else there, that's toxic as hell. That's toxic as hell. Toxic. Because again, you don't want to leave because you scared what might be out there, but you want to entertain under my covenant and my protection and my security and my safety. That's crazy. I think that's what most people do. They go entertain, trying to hold on just in case, right? I respect you with your situation because you're like, yo, I'm done. And it was clear and noted and said, and this is what it is. I can respect that all day. Because there's no smoke screen, no gray area. It's what it is. Right. So I can respect it. What I'm saying is when a person is entertaining other people and still having that person believe that we built for it tough, that's crazy as hell. But I do believe that a lot of times we don't talk about how the women can run off good men with their mouth.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Run them off. I've seen it 1,000
I have a
times.
friend who got married maybe a couple years ago, and the night before she got married, she called me and she was crying like, I don't want to do this, but they have 2 daughters together. They have 2 kids together. He was a good guy, but then he got into drugs, and she started feeling like, I don't want this. I don't know if I could do this. Again, I don't like to give advice on people's relationships and marriage. It's too crazy. Like, tell you do this or do that.
100%.
So I said to her, you got to sit and think what's best for you and your kid, because you have to live with him.
100%.
You have to deal with, you have to raise
100%.
your kids. We went on with it. She got married, and I was there. Ike was there. My kids were there. I was in the wedding, and the marriage may have lasted maybe 4 or 5 months, and they've been going through a divorce for like the past 2.5 years, and it's been so crazy. And he ended up getting further into drugs now, and the family is blaming her because to them, you leaving him is why he went further into drugs. Mind you, he had that. She hid this from everyone while he was doing it before to protect their family. But now that she said, I've had enough. My kids can't be a part of this. I don't want to do this. Now the family is telling her, this is your fault why he's spiraling. You left him while he needed you. You took him out of his girl's life while he needed you. But her thing was like, he was doing this and I couldn't protect him any longer. He was coming home like this. My kids were seeing this. He didn't want change, and I didn't want to do this. You know what I mean? So in that situation, is there someone to blame, or is it just a bad situation?
They might be extremely religious.
Yeah.
And if they're extremely religious, they don't believe in leaving somebody at their lows, especially when you marry them. I know people right now, you can have somebody that could do 5 months in jail, the woman gonna leave in 5 days. I know some people that could do 20 years in jail and the woman will stay forever. That's a person that truly is loyal to what they committed to.
Oh yeah, because I'm not staying for nobody for no 20 years.
But in the same breath, there will be women that won't do it, but will expect somebody to do it if they was in that circumstance. That's the same way when you're driving on the highway and you see somebody, they tire blown out, and how you keep it going. But then when you on the highway, you're like, yo, why y'all won't stop for me? Most people have that ideology about life. They only care when it's them that's in the problem. They don't care when they're not in the problem. And that's why I can't get jiggy with a lot of people. Right. Because I'm gonna look at it like, damn, I want to help you because if I'm in a situation, I want you to help me. I treat your mama like my mama because I want you to treat my mama like she your mama.
But in the situation that I just explained to you, with him having that habit prior to and her helping, somebody said that he went to rehab. He did a lot. She tried her best. Nothing was working. He was getting worse. Yes. She decided, I have to take my kids out of this situation. Agreed. I don't want my kids to grow in this. Now the family is saying, you turned your back on him when he needed you the most, but she was there. He just couldn't stop. And I get it. Addiction is a disease. But at what point, what did she do wrong?
I will say that some people, right, they will give you advice that they wouldn't follow. Because I would like to see somebody, anybody could tell you what they would and wouldn't do today in that situation.
Agreed.
That's why I always tell you, have a level of discernment when it comes to hearing the people's opinions. Because a lot of times people tell you the exact opposite of what they would do if they were in a situation. Right. I know women that be like, because if that was me, please, girl, I would have left him. And then sure enough, date somebody that cheated on her, and she full-fledged cut off her friends and be literally all lined up under him. But when she was single, she would tell you, I would never tolerate this and I would never tolerate it. But now she's in a relationship, please, you can't tell her nothing. So I always said, I have homeboys who will tell you, guys I know, I got friends and I have homeboys, right? Guys I'm cool with. I have homeboys, my friends ain't like that. All my friends, we give it up raw to each other. We talk straight. Ain't no sugarcoating. This is what it is. That's my homeboys, my real friends, right? Homeboys, I say like, yo, there's a saying, right? For years, I was always scared to tell certain men stuff because of the fact that they say the messenger always get the shot. So I didn't like being the messenger a lot of times. But then one time, I'll give you a story. I had a family member call me, said, yo, and she was dating my friend. And I told her, I don't want to be in between y'all because I didn't want y'all together from the first place. Son wasn't a good guy, but one thing I don't do is hate. He bagged her, she liked him. I just told her, do not put me in the middle of it. Before it got to that next level, I gave a fair warning.
Right.
I don't think he's that guy, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
They're both your friends and you told her he wasn't that guy?
He's my friend, she's my cousin.
Oh, she's your cousin.
And I gave a warning like, yo, this is not the one.
Right.
And I'm telling you respectfully,
right,
if you choose to move forward, do not bring me in it. Right? Fast forward. She decides to do what she's gonna do, because I hate to say this, telling a woman sometimes things is like a brick wall when it's coming from too close.
Yeah, we do the opposite.
It's like they're gonna do the opposite. So again, a man could tell his woman something, let a stranger say it now as a fact. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you operate a lot of times, right? So I'm telling her, like, hey, this is what it is. She's like, you know what? Clearly you're hating. You don't know what you're talking about. Me and him, we talk every day. You know him from a friend level. I know him from an intimate level. I said, you know what? You got it. You got it. They got together. They got serious. I ain't know son was physical. I ain't know son was physical. Mine, I never dated son. I never dated him. He put his hands on her. She called my phone. I pull up. This guy been my friend since the sandbox, right? We ain't never had an argument or disrespect towards each other. And I'm sitting here telling you, you made me, not only did you make me lose my friend, you made me not respect my own cousin in the process of you moving off of not listening, right? A lot of times, and I hate to say this with women, a lot of women, they take every time we giving them advice as if we're trying to control them. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to protect you. I love you. I'm trying to protect you. When a man is stern on trying to tell you something, shit, there's no way I'm gonna let you crash out. And I call you call me your brother? I'm your big brother, and I'm about to let you crash out? So I would hope that you have that logic to say, yo, hold on. Q is not trying to hurt me. This is my brother. And I call you my sister. I do not say that to everybody. So if I'm going to say that to you, I would hope that this person has logic and say, wait, he's trying to protect me. So anyway, fast forward, she went on with it. Put the beats on her. She calls my phone. My cousin's coming over here right now. I catch myself pulling up. I'll get arrested. Did I hurt him? Yeah. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. While I'm in the back of the police car, I'm crying. Because I'm like, I could never be his friend again. Yeah. I'm losing my friend because you wouldn't listen to me. So now fast forward, he don't come to court, they dropped the case, right? But it took a little while, but watch this. After this whole thing happened, they got right back together. And you want to hear, not only did they get back together, they completely cut me off.
Oh, wow.
Him, I understand, because what I did to him was nasty. I ain't gonna lie to you, I worked him. I'm not gonna lie, I did, right? Because again, that's my little cousin. And also that's a female. I'm like Ice Cube and Friday. D, but that's a female. I'm like that. Okay, she got a big mouth. But you ain't gotta put your hands on no woman, fam. I don't respect no man that hates a woman. I think that's corny. I sex women, I don't hit women.
Oh.
Like that's kind of, I don't respect no man that would ever put his hands on a woman. Ever. Respectfully, I don't think, listen, if she's a little too much for you, it's time to walk away. Right. One time, Shay said to me, Q, I want to thank you. I said, why? She said, because I said some things to you that I was surprised that you was able to keep your tongue. And I looked at her, and you know what I said? I love our relationship more than my ego. Listen, look at me in my face. I said, I love you more than my ego. Ego is the killer of kings and queens. If you lead and move off of your ego, you're gonna lose a lot of good people. Because I knew at that moment you were in your feelings.
Yeah.
But I know you didn't mean that. That's the discernment you have to have with people when you love people. You know that person don't mean that. They hurting right now. And naturally, when you hurt, what is your objective? To hurt somebody else.
Right.
So you have to have that discernment. So I say, you know what? No, it ain't that serious. I'm gonna eat this one. But remember, I'm gonna kick you in your butt a little bit.
I also apologized.
No, you did apologize. You did apologize. No, she definitely did apologize. She did. But what I'm trying to say is,
I apologized.
When you have these conversations, see, he takes it that way, but that's where you know maturity hasn't kicked in.
Like, seriously.
But that's why I said you can't worry about those kind of people, right? He calls it a simp. But when you gotta prove your masculinity every time, that means you're not masculine. When you always gotta prove your masculinity, that means you're not masculine. Masculine energy, let me give y'all some game right now. Masculine energy is having extreme levels of self-control. Masculine energy is strategic. Masculine energy is logical. Masculine energy makes decisions not off of impulse.
Right.
So who taught y'all masculine energy? A female?
But we just spoke before the podcast came on, and I said a lot of men be so emotional and so in their feelings that they don't have that level of like self-control.
No, because
they don't have that level of emotional control.
He probably hit girls.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody says, Shay, you need to let Q counsel you in your next relationship.
Come outside, it's late. Come outside.
Yeah,
How you with a girl like that?
What was that comment calling him a simp? Why? Because we ain't beef? Like, it happens. People have disagreements and you get over it.
I bet you that person, if his woman was in the room and I said, who do you see more masculine, me or him? She gonna say, Q, of course I see you way more masculine than him. I like him, right? but she don't see him as a man.
How you know that?
I'm 100% factual.
I can't with you.
One thing about y'all, Shay.
Can't with you.
Shay, one thing about y'all, when y'all see masculine men, y'all see masculine men.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, just because a woman sleep with a man don't mean she see masculine men.
Right.
She sees some good sex for the night or something she's physically attracted to. The same thing we have urges, women have the same urges, Shay. She'll sleep with a guy, I'm attracted to him, he's cute, he said the right things for that. It happens. It happens. We're not gonna sit here and act like a woman ain't we the same way. He called me at the right time, he said the right things, and guess what? This right here is the panty dropper.
I'm screaming.
It happens. Come on, we can't sit here and act like women ain't human. She has urges and feelings and just like a man. Come on, I hate when men act like women don't have feelings too. They have feelings too. Like, come on. So again, it happens, but again, we give it to the wrong woman too.
Yeah.
So you can't diss a woman for giving it to the wrong guy, but also we giving it to the wrong woman. And the sad part is a lot of us come out of here with bad baby mothers. And then we complain about our baby mothers. But reality is you were moving off an impulse. You wasn't thinking with your top hat. You was thinking with your bottom hat. So I'm just saying, we do it too,
Benjamin,
brother.
yeah. But why is it that when a man doesn't take it to the next level, or he apologizes, or he doesn't crash out, he's looked at as a simp?
That's society.
I'm so confused. I want somebody to explain to me exactly what that word is. What is a simp? Is it a man who has emotional maturity and doesn't go crazy? Because I'm just saying, for you to say that.
A simp is someone that will never assert themselves.
Okay.
In the right situation, right, I will assert myself.
Right.
In the wrong situation, I know when to gracefully step down. If I'm sitting here dealing with a dude that's a whole crash out screaming and yelling, there was a video, I think I told you the story. There was a video, the guy was talking crazy to the dude. The guy was in his Lambo. He put the Lambo door up, got out the Lambo, and walked up to him and looked at him like, and got back in his Lambo and said, I'm going back to my mansion. Reality is he thought about it. I'm about to crash out for a whole bum. You driving a Lambo and you live in a mansion and you about to worry about what some dude ain't got nothing to worry about. I told you, the guy got mad when I said tonight I'm gonna roll over on my California king. I'm gonna roll over my California king. He's bragging about his bed. Because you live on a twin size mattress. That's why you mad.
That's not nice. You don't
the
know
truth.
what guy lives on.
Lachey, I'm a grown man. There ain't no way I should sleep on no twin.
But how you know the man was sleeping on the twin?
Because why you get so mad? Why you so mad? Shay, if you tell your truth, if you say, yo, I'm a dark-skinned, beautiful queen, why are you getting mad at this? You are a dark-skinned, beautiful queen. Why are you getting mad? Right. If I say I'm a strong black man, because someone that's not they're gonna get offended. I am a strong black man. Like, why are we getting mad at the truth? Because it's about how it makes them feel when they hear it. That's called projecting. Projecting is, that's why I said, yo, be careful with who you get your advice from. Because a lot of these people, they get offended by the truth.
Right.
If a millionaire sits in a room right now and it's somebody you knew and grew up with, well, I became a millionaire at 17 and he think he all that.
Right.
That's why you broke. That's why you broke. You're broke because of the fact that you're so insecure with listening to this person and say, how did you get there?
Right.
What did you do? You're not humble. One thing about success is a humble thing. It's humbling. It's knowing when this is the time to learn and this is the time to teach. The best teachers on earth were the greatest students on earth. And the best teachers, they continue to do what? Be students through life. The worst teachers are the ones who feel like they know everything. They're the worst teachers. Every time you see teachers and the person think they know everything, they already lost. They've lost. There is no room for growth. Life is about errors. Life is about mistakes and also learning forward. You learn forward. You learn forward. One thing I love about you, Shane, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You always talk about how you're willing to tell your story and you tell your truth of whether bad relationships, mistakes. But the thing is, what you're doing is you're learning forward, because once you can admit, you can fix. What you can't admit is what you can't fix. Every time you see somebody come out of a relationship, naturally what they do, they blame the other person. And guess what? You're going to bag that same person again. And the reason why you're going to bag it is because you can't identify what you did wrong in that situation. I don't care if this person cheated, beat you, hit you, whatever. You know what? Why did I allow it? Let me see the red flags earlier. This is how self-accountability is the hardest thing on earth. Now you're starting to see from the inwards. People can't do it. Accountability is the worst thing. And then when you start talking like that, they always see things from a negative. I told you, when I went to prison, I said I went to prison because somebody snitched on me. By the time I came home, as I fixed my mind, I said I would have never been in prison if I never sold drugs. So that's accountability. Forget who snitched. The snitch is supposed to snitch. He's supposed to tell. That's his job. right? So reality is once I started getting like this, I changed my perspective. I changed everything.
Yeah.
I started growing. I started learning. I educated myself. I use the time wisely. And the issue is like a lot of times you'll see someone say, yeah, of course. What am I, ashamed of my truth? It's one of my biggest videos is me telling my whole story. I'm not ashamed of my life. But again, I'm no Q today without that experience.
Right.
I'm no Q today. I'm not morally more, like for instance, when I went away, I've learned that I was less tolerable with someone disrespecting me. Because I was in a space that if a woman said half of those words, she will leave in a body bag in that space. She'll leave in a body bag in that space. The half of those things, if she say to those guys, she gonna leave in a body bag.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Where I was at.
Oh, okay.
100%.
I was coming, okay.
So you learn respect. But also you understand that respect is given.
Yeah.
If I don't talk to you like this, why do you feel the need to talk to me like that? I don't disrespect you. I don't call you out your name. Why do you feel the need to do that to me? Because 9 out of 10 times you're doing something called projecting. This is how you feel about yourself. Happy people, they want to see other people happy. Unhappy people, they want to see other people unhappy. I work every day to bring all my friends and family, everybody I love around me, I try to make them more happier because I'm happy with myself. The more you become happy with yourself, the better you become in life. I think we're in a world of a bunch of people not happy with themselves. So they project onto others. Like you ever seen somebody, good morning? They're like, I don't even know you. I don't know you. Why are you mad at me? Why? I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm scared of where my sisters are going. I'm scared, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is me talking from like straight talk. I feel like there's some of the angriest creatures on earth. It used to be the angry black man, now it's the angry black woman. Right? Do a lot of them have a lot of burdens? Yeah. Do they have a lot of responsibility? Yeah. Did they put a lot of that responsibility on themselves? Yeah. Because, we've had children by people we weren't married to. We have to be accountable with those things. And you talking like that to a woman, well, he left me. He left his first 2 kids. He was never a good man to his mother. Those are things you should be sitting there learning before you even entertain somebody on a physical level. You don't even know how he treats his mama. You know what he tell you, what he do for his mama. I'm gonna tell you something. Most men, they mastered something called the art of the illusion in words. They're good at it.
Yeah, but that's not a woman's fault. I feel
It
like, wow. How is it a woman's fault what you've mastered? Now that's a level of accountability that you don't want men to take for themselves.
No.
Maybe we should be accountable and noticing certain red flags, but you're responsible for your own growth. It's not a woman's job to raise a man and to present himself as a man. If you know you're broken and you have things that you need to work on, that's for you to do.
Agreed.
Just like how you say a woman shouldn't have expectations for someone to bring something to her. I need you to come to me already built. Like women, we don't work for Build-A-Bear. We're not trying to build y'all up to where you need to be. So if you know you have issues with your mom and your dad and your fish and your dog and everybody, like, I need you to fix those before you come to me, because you can't present yourself to me one way and then get mad with the presentation. If I see a cake and it looks good, I'm gonna eat it because I thought it looked. I didn't know that when I cut through the icing that it was going to be dog poop. I didn't know that. So you have to peel back layers in order to get to know somebody. So I don't think it's our job to know. And I do think a lot of black women are broken because of damages of our own. But I think you have black women are out here broken because of our own men.
I think a lot of them are broken because they didn't know how to even choose a good man. They choose a lot of males. If a woman sat here right now and tell me, yo, I slept with 10 men. No, you slept with 10 males. And when you listen to the things that she's speaking on that they've done to her, I'm like, that sound like very male talk. That don't sound like men talk, right? A man makes your life easier. But a lot of times those guys, those men that women don't like, they're usually boring. Because they're so disciplined. The men that women don't like, they're boring. The men that they want and they talk about, they're very disciplined, and they also have boundaries that they will never let women overstep. But a lot of times, y'all want the guy that'll let you talk crazy to him, the guy that's gonna take you, pay for everything, but also be firm and strong. Y'all want so many things that don't even coexist. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. The man that you say you want, legit, he's gonna be very, 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 very disciplined. And the disciplined man is usually a boring man. They're very boring. They're very disciplined. They think about what they work. Look, his work uniform is out for tomorrow. He getting adamant, yo, babe, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get up in the morning. I'm like, you don't wanna stay on the phone with me. Like, well, hold on. I gotta get up in the morning. This, my priorities come first, sister. But a lot of women don't like, you know what they're gonna like? That dude that has so much time for him. He got time for you because he live off his mama. He got time for you because he lived in the house with his baby mama. He got time for you because he lived with his grandmother. He got time for you because of the fact that he's living off some situation that's giving him free time. So the reality is you want this, but the reality is he's giving you all this time because he don't. You got to get comfortable being alone and having and making yourself have fun with your own company. Because if your man is out here grinding, he busy. So if you so busy like, oh my God, he don't got time. What are you, 7? What are you, 7 years old? Right. Like, yo, you're a kid. I'm not getting mad if my girl out here grinding in the house. I don't care if she got to go away for a month. If my girl said to me, yo, Q, I got to fly out for a whole month and I'm coming home with the bag. Let's get it, sister.
Agreed.
But a lot of people are not like that, Shay. They want so much attention. Because you got to remember, people suffer from not getting attention as children. So now they push the burden onto someone else rather than learn how to be comfortable with being alone. Being alone is when you hear your greatest conversations. Learn yourself. Learn how to keep yourself company. Learn how to entertain yourself. Right. Don't be on look, you got some people that's married in relationships sneaking on dating apps. Sneaking on dating apps. I'm like, you on a whole dating app. Like, that's crazy. Male or female.
What's wrong with people going on? I mean, I've never been on a dating app.
You in a relationship.
Oh, if they're in a relationship. I missed that part. Sorry. I was like, what's wrong with people going on dating apps? That's nothing wrong with that. Okay, yeah. Well, if you're in a relationship on a dating app,
dating apps are sexual apps anyway.
Somebody said most married people. I think most married people are on dating apps.
100%.
They said more than half the people on some of those dating apps are married.
But you listen to social media, Shay.
Yeah.
You'll have a whole woman who don't have nothing that she's telling you that's out there existing for her, giving game to a woman who might be in a situation, right, or have a husband, and she's sitting there telling her, girl, you don't have to tolerate that. If I was you, I would leave. You don't even have nothing to leave. And you have hypothetical situations that you've created to the universe that ain't even chasing you. Hypothetically, she's running from a shadow that's her own shadow. She's like, all these men chasing me. No, you just running from your own shadow, sister, because you're not willing to do the work and tell yourself the truth. All these men ain't chasing you. All these men ain't on your heels. All these men ain't paying no bills. Most couples are legit working together to give each other a safe and healthy life. And that's just what it is. She's running from a whole shadow. Like, they chasing me. No, they not.
So someone asked a question. It went so fast. I think her name is Tiffany, and she said, "Does he give quality time?" Guys, I know you guys are whatever, but it's a real question. Like sometimes in relationships, I feel like a lot of times it doesn't work because we're not spending time together. So I get the busy, and we got to get to the bag, and we got to pay bills, and we got to stuff. But do you feel like, or do you guys on the live feel like, I am Jamaican? Do you feel like a lot of times relationships don't work because they don't get to spend that time? Just like you said, when people have kids, you get married, you have kids, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, the sexual part of the relationship goes away because it's like, now we got kids and we got this. So do you feel like a lot of times, like, you have women that more complain about, it's not about them wanting you to buy me this or do that. It's about the quality time spent. Like the couples are just not spending time together anymore because they are so overburdened with bills. They are so overburdened by just life and the kids and stuff. And it's just like there is no balance.
You want to look at something logical, right? We're talking logical. When your grandmother, let's use your grandmother. Your grandmother was married, right?
My grandmother was married, yes.
Okay, there's no child that can come before your grandfather or your grandmother. Nowadays, your children come before your man when it comes to your relationship, and you expect to have a healthy relationship. And vice versa, a man shouldn't put his children before his woman. That's biblical. But yet and still, people are trying to create the laws of life to change it to benefit and fit them to what they want. You want a whole husband when y'all supposed to be like this. It's y'all against your children.
Yeah.
It's y'all against your children. Nowadays, these kids can literally draw the mother against the father and can draw the father against the mother, and these parents don't see nothing wrong with their situation. For one, because when your kids get older, Shay, they're going to say goodbye. Will they be there for you? I would, God willing, I pray so. Right? But the reality is, let them get in relationships. They're going to realize that mommy ain't important. Now mommy the one peeking through the windows like, they noise as a kid, they making all this noise, and now you by yourself talking crazy in the crib. Because again, you supposed to have been working on your relationship the whole time. You don't stop working on your marriage because of the fact that you have a child. You adjust. And the reality is your kid is not the number one commodity. We've been told, you know why? Because a lot of us was told we grew up with situations where we had that feeling. So all we did was say, I'm not going to create that same feeling for my children. And this is why you raise entitled, spoiled, annoying, don't want to work hard, kids that are lazy, And I'm like, this is why you create those children. You create those children because of the fact that these children don't understand mommy made everything about me as a son. I was my mommy husband more than my husband. It's crazy. You ask some men right now, they got to compete with their wife for time over their children.
I agree. I'm guilty of that.
That's diabolical.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I can't lie. I think a lot of us women, I'm not going to speak for all of you women on the live, but I can say a lot of us are guilty of when it comes to our kids, our babies. We do. You know what I mean? I would lie to you if I said right now, it'd be hard for me to put a man before my kids.
But I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm not going to lie.
This is why you see
I'm not going to lie.
Shay,
I'm not going to lie.
Shay,
guys, you can call me what you want, but I'm just saying.
A man
my kids, my babies.
on a totem pole of a house is the bottom. He's the bottom. He's the bottom. They said a dog gets more love than a man. They said a man gets his first batch of flowers the day he's in the casket. And I'm going to be honest with you, but again, the woman that understands this, they be like, go ask your dad. Stop playing with me. That's my husband. My daughter, get off his lap. That's my husband. It's not competitional, but understanding that there's a place. And you're not going to come in between me and my union. Right? And a lot of people, they allow their children to come between their union to the point where they don't have no healthy relationship. And then what happens is, now we break up, you go to the next guy, he's competing for a kid that ain't even his now. It's worse. At least it was his kid. At least as my kid, I can understand you treat my kid good. But now I come into a situation where I pull up to the house, your son like, yo, ma, who that? I be like, oh my God, this is a jump off. We're going to have some fun and I'm going to get up out of here. We can tell who the man of this situation. We can tell who the whole man of this situation. You know, I say, mind your business, punk. Mind your business. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I never had the heart or the balls to say that in front of my mother.
Yeah.
My mother would have hit me with a Hadouken, Ryuken, with Fuken. My mother would hit me with all of them at the same time. My mother would have wilded if I would have said, ma, who that? Yo, what is it, the Street Fighter? Hadouken, Ryuken, Fuken. My mother was crazy.
Not the Street Fighter.
My mother would have did it.
Whoop they do.
I promise you my mother would have did it. And never missed a beat in her conversation while doing it. My mother would have been having a conversation with her friend while hitting you with all those moves. Come on, that's why I said this is the issue you have. These people don't understand. Your child is not your man's. He's not your friend. He is your child. My son, you say all the time, your son is very respectful. He has no choice. He has no choice. You don't have a choice, Shay. You're not my man's.
Yeah.
What do I look like hanging out with my broke friend? My son, my broke friend?
Whoop they do.
I mean, yeah, my kids are respectful, but I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to. I don't know if I could say that to my kids when it comes to like a man. I don't know. I mean,
that's what you gotta
I don't
work
know.
on.
Mother, someone on here said the love is different.
So you
like
think
the
it's
love
not?
is different.
It's not. It's
I'm not saying you're not going to check. Can I finish? I'm not saying you're not going to check. You're not going to not check your kids. And if they're, like I said, my kids have respect. They're not disrespectful kids, but the love is different. It's a different love. So why are we comparing the love between your husband and your child?
Because your
like,
goal as a parent is to raise them up to be self-sufficient, to go on and be productive citizens. Your goal is not to raise them as your boyfriend or your husband and then be wondering why they're not productive citizens or they're extremely codependent on mommy forever.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it makes mommy, that's a mommy stroking ego thing. I seen mothers, I'm a better parent than you. You only better because you easier. You only better because you easier. You're not better than him. You're a better parent because you're easier. Yes, have 3. And my children are all what? Good kids. And they know not to play with me. They know. My daughter, I'm not raising her to be weird. And to talk about him, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right. When I speak, my daughters know, like, he ain't playing. Because you know why? I don't want my daughter to look at it like you say you want to be led, but everything you do is combating to leadership. How the hell did I raise you as a good wife? I want to raise you as a wife, but every time a man tries to lead you, all you know how to do is combat leadership. So then I did a bad job. I did a horrible job as a father. Because understanding, like, this man, you want him to be willing to lose his life for you in an act of danger, but you don't want him to lead you when it's not no danger. That sounds crazy as hell. That sounds crazy. I can't. That don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. I just think the way people think is so weird. They think weird, like there's no way. When your son get older and they say, yo, I'm telling you, goodbye, mommy. Now you like, damn, I put all my energy and to my children, and I never really cared about my husband or my relationship, and now he gone. And now I'm sitting there miserable. There's a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this respectfully, men and women. There are a lot of people right now, Shay, who are miserable in their homes, and they give horrible advice because they're miserable. And they lack the accountability to say, I made poor decisions. I think every single woman has walked past her husband a multitude of times and overlooked him because of the fact that he didn't look the way she thought he should look. I think every woman, they walk right past that husband. But you know what? He ain't cute enough. He too fat. He don't make enough money. He not what I thought he was gonna be. And I'm like, you not what he thought you was gonna be either.
But do you think a lot of men walk past their wives thinking the same thing because aesthetically she didn't look the way he thought? She wasn't, you know, she ain't have the body or she ain't have the this. Because you always say that a lot of men, it's physicality first. So do you think there's that woman that's standing there that's everything that he needs, the one that he talks about all the time that isn't, because she looked aesthetically good, the BBL, the booty, the light skin, the this, the that, the whatever. And he walks right past who could possibly be his wife for the same reason. Do you think we both genders overlook each other sometimes because of what the eyes see?
You go to church, right?
I do go to church.
A lot of married couples in the church?
I would hope so,
Shay,
yeah.
more 6s and 7s are married more than 10s.
Okay, what's your point?
So that means men ain't looking, we ain't that visual. As he gets older and he gets into marriage age, believe you me, he's looking for
But you've always said it's physicality first for men, so I'm asking you for the same thing.
For sex, to lay. But more 6s are married than 10s. So reality is that there's more 6s married than 10s. That means men are looking for the best overall women. BBLs don't get married. They just get some sex. They get a bag. You are worthy of a bag. You worthy of me giving you my life. I gave her a bag.
Nobody said most men are 4-5s. That's true, because I feel like we don't marry y'all because y'all 10s either.
I think what makes
I don't think we do either for men.
What makes
Somebody said most men are 4-5s.
No,
I feel like it's the same thing for men. It's like we're not sitting here like, wow, I'm not gonna lie. He's tall, he's handsome, his nose is straight, his hair is this. It's like women look for more security, safety, stability over that.
If a man said he looked for that, he a pom pom, right? Say talk shit. You talking straight, Shay. If a man said, I want a woman that can protect,
that we're looking
provide,
for this, we're looking for different
security.
things. We're looking for different things. That's what I'm saying. We're looking for different things. We are looking for different things. But you've always said for men, it's what's pleasing to the eyes. So I'm saying a lot of us, we overlook our potential based on what we think it is, based on what we think it is.
Do me a favor, 1 second. Close your eyes and remember all the women that's married at your church. Just remember. Cankles and all, right? Cankles and all, Shay.
Not the cankles.
But they're married though, right, Shay? And they're average looking women. When I go in the real world, all I see is very average looking women, more married than extremely beautiful women. Because men, as we mature, because initially we think with the bottom head leads the top head when you're younger.
Talk, you made me a drink. You know how to make a good drink?
As you get older,
Tito's, more club, a little bit of cranberry and a squeezed lime.
But look, Shay, as you get older,
Kidding, I'm joking.
You start looking at the physicality.
Right.
When you're younger, rather. Sorry, let me take it back. When you're younger, you look at the physicality. But I'm going to tell you something. I've gotten so mature to the point where the men that don't understand his logic, they're going to say he lying or he capping. A woman can walk past me naked and I can see the problems before I even think about the sexual encounter. I can see the headaches and I can see what she's going to bring me, and therefore messing up my situation or the empire that I've created. I don't think with my bottom head no more. My top head. I got to be attracted to this before I'm attracted to that, to a woman. I've gotten to that level. I can be a woman's whole friend and not care about her sexually at all. Not even a little bit.
Because you get to a certain level of growth.
Because you have too much to lose.
So can I ask you guys something for you, Q, and the guys in the chat? What are the 3 most important things that you guys are looking for in a woman right now? 3 things. If the guys in the chat who are not married or who are married or who's dating or what are 3 things that you look for in a woman right now that you feel like you're not getting? Respect, dignity, honor, loyalty.
I think that's the R word is the biggest word.
Okay.
The R word is the biggest.
Peace, loyalty, respect, trust.
I think if she respects you, you could trust her. Because I think people hurt
Loyalty,
people.
respect, peace.
They ain't gonna hurt
I feel
you.
like men always say this. Yeah, somebody said intelligence, good communication, respect, personality, submissive, loving. Okay,
but I
loyalty
bet you,
and respect is the.
If we really had a survey, and we asked, money gonna be in the charts for a woman.
Money. Okay. Okay. So let's ask women. For the women
some
on
gonna
there,
lie.
what are 3
They
things?
gonna lie.
What are 3 things?
gonna
Why are you
lie.
gonna say that? Can you stop? I didn't do that
gonna
when I
lie.
asked for the men.
They gonna lie, Shay.
Okay, so the men are giving me what they
Okay,
want, and I
somebody said
see.
money. Look, money.
What are 3 things, women, that you're looking for when you look for a man?
Money.
No, that's a guy. Those are guys answering that. Don't cheat, guys. Don't cheat, because Samir, stop, because you definitely are, dude. Stop cheating.
Spin that, Shay. Spin that.
Somebody
Spin
said
that.
tall, consistency.
Spin that first.
Nothing, and loyalty. Samir, stop with the money. We see your thing keep coming in. Stop it. Stop it.
They said what he said. They
Stop
said,
it.
"Where am I
Safety, intelligent.
scamming?"
See, I didn't do that with the men. You're not giving us women respect, and that's
Spin
not
that
fair.
Cash, 50s, 100s.
Cooperation, respect. So a lot of women want some of the same things, like security. Somebody said the bag.
Money's one of them, though. They say no, they lying. I can respect a woman that said,
Why
I
are
want my
we
man to be
lying
secure.
when we don't say that, and y'all not lying when y'all say what
Because
y'all say?
9 out of
Why?
10
But maybe
times-
some of these women on here
Shay,
are not looking for that. Maybe they're not.
Let's act like no one's looking for 2 seconds. Let's talk with me and you. Shay, look at the 2 seconds. Let's not looking for 2 seconds. Look, 2 seconds, Shay, 2 seconds. A man walk in the room. He's not that attractive. You have 100 women in the room. You say, guys, he walks out the room, you say, guys, he's worth $100 million. He just became so sexy to the 90% of that room. Am I lying, Shay? You could tell a guy, an ugly girl is worth millions. She walk in the room, she's still ugly.
She just an ugly rich girl, not the bogle. He bust out the bogle.
That is diabolical.
He bust out the bogle for that one. I can't.
And if the man doesn't get, that's yo, you know the one that's like, yo, she got the back. He looking for someone to live off of. He looking for somebody. He a whole bum. He a whole bum.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what
All
it
right.
is.
All right, guys.
It's
All
like,
right.
oh my God, she got the back. Come on, fam.
Somebody said, because what is he doing?
Oh, they don't know. That's what
Somebody
Jamaican
said, I'm
is.
not marrying Oprah, rich or poor. You lying, Glenn. You lying.
He might.
You
Because
lying.
what if Glenn's life is, I like to go fishing, I like to spend time with my woman, I like hunting. Yo, there are some people that's their piece.
So you're telling me, let's say you're an average, hardworking man. You work, you taking care of your bills. You not nothing crazy. You got your regular car, your regular job, your 401, your little dental, your little 3-week vacation. You're telling me that a man, because I'm just saying that based off what you say for women.
Mm-hmm.
If it was the same situation, let's do it on both sides. You're telling me that a woman comes along and she has a ton. You got an apartment, she got a house, she got
Mm-hmm.
a nicer car, she got a better job. You don't care about that.
No, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The sexiest woman that has her life together because she's an adult,
Okay.
right? But what makes her sexy is when she's still feminine and strong.
Okay.
But therefore, I can intensify her life. My job is to make a woman's life better. My job is not to give a woman a life. I can make a woman's life better.
Okay.
But my job is not to give her a life.
Okay.
If I'm giving her a life, she has officially become my daughter.
Okay.
She's my kid.
Okay.
And vice versa for you. Your job is to make a man's life easier and help him to get to where he's supposed to be. And if a man is not there or not working on being there and expects you to get him there, you date your son. Your whole son. So you know what you should do? At the end of the year, follow him on your W-10 or your 1090. What is it?
I'm screaming.
I'm 1099.
Not the 1099.
I'm saying?
I'm screaming.
Your W-2s. Look, I haven't been on W-2 since I was 21. So I don't know. I'll do 1099. I haven't been W-2 since I was, I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if a little 104, but I'm saying, when you get older, you start realizing, I promise you, Shay, more women that aren't super attractive, they get married faster than women that are super attractive. Because a lot of times.
Think so?
Hell yeah.
So why y'all be chasing these super attractive women? Why is it that a lot of men? So y'all saw this thing I sent y'all the other day, right? Be the cheerleaders that I sent y'all the other day, where it was like this guy came on and he complimented dark-skinned women, right? And he was like, "Oh my God, I just love dark-skinned women." Da da da. And people was in the comments like, "Oh, you pandering? Oh, you trolling? You this?" Why was that so not a legit compliment
that's
to
projected.
black women? Why did it
That's
fit to
projected.
some people? Then you have
No,
people
but their
compliments
type
love
could be
it.
light skinned. Why can't somebody
I
like
hope
what they
so,
like?
Benjamin.
Yeah, if a black woman tell me right now I'm attracted to black or white men, I wouldn't feel no way.
Q, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying to you, why when
Because
the
they're
compliment
projecting.
was to black women,
They're projecting,
it was
Shay.
almost like, why
projecting.
black women aren't attractive?
They're
we
attracted
not
to
pretty?
lighter women.
Like, what is that about?
Everyone has their type.
100%.
But one thing I will say though is
100%.
anytime a black woman steps out of her culture, get them, girl. But when a black man steps out of his culture, oh my God. God damn. He wants to be white. He don't know who he is. Come on, Shay. Come on.
Now
He likes what he likes.
Blueface straight disrespected that dark skinned girl though. That was very rude. No, he dragged it. He said, "You so dark, you dumb." I ain't like that. That was not nice. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a level. Somebody could say, "Listen, I like light skin, I like dark skin, I like black, I like Spanish, I like tall, I like short." But to sit there and really be insulting somebody because of who they are, I don't play that.
You know
I
the
don't
ugliest
like
girl I
that.
ever met in my life?
Oh, he definitely don't represent us, Chaz.
I'm gonna be honest with you. One with a nasty mouth.
Yeah.
I'm be honest with you, I met some beautiful women. As soon as they open their mouth, I'm like, you are ugly as hell. And I ain't gonna hold you. I met some girls that weren't that attractive. When they open their mouth, I'm like, damn, you're a little cuter.
Yeah.
And I
agree.
kind of want to entertain their conversation more. I'm like, damn, you're very pleasant.
Yeah.
Very pleasant. I met some girls that sofa back. I'm like, take that wig off and you not hot. Mine's not hot.
I love when you do the girl thing. I love
It's
how you act as a
hilarious.
woman. He
You
does.
know they do that.
I don't know who act like that.
What?
He always like,
So, okay, watch this, Shay. Watch this question. How many women you know that's married, personally?
A few. More that are not.
Just say a number that are. Just say a number. It's not a wrong or right question.
A lot. Like, let's go to 15.
Okay, 15
Let's
women that
say
are
15.
married. Now, if you had to really sit there, close your eyes and think about the 15 women.
Close my eyes, okay?
You think about the 15 women.
I'm thinking about
If you
them.
had to say the first number that comes to your mind based on looks, what would be their average? Hold on. What would be the average looking, Shay?
Can I finish my drink?
Damn.
Thank you, Yose.
So I'm asking again, Shay, if you had to look at your 15 friends who are married, what
I
would
love
be
all
the
my
average
friends.
numbers?
Did I tell y'all church
Hold
was
on,
good
let me
today?
answer. No, wait. Answer the question. Answer the question,
Church
Shay.
was so good.
Answer the question.
Do.
I'm waiting, Shay.
You're annoying.
We saying average. It's 15 of them. They don't know where they at. Somebody could have been an 8, somebody could have been a 3, somebody could have been a 4, but we're talking about average.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
You see?
I will take another one, Brucey.
Now,
Cheers.
let me answer the question. From the married women I know, the average women that are married that I personally know, they're like 6. They're like a 6. I don't know a lot of men who are married to extremely, extremely, extremely beautiful women.
Right.
I do know that there are a lot of women who genuinely believe they're more attractive than they actually are. Shay, and I'm being honest. They think they're more attractive than they actually are.
Yeah.
They think they're way more attractive than they are. I'm like, sister, what makes you ugly is you're not even pleasant.
Yeah.
You're rude. You're disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right? There was a video, you seen a friend? Her friend was sitting on the couch and she put up a video of her being a baddie and she had all this aesthetics on. I like to say aesthetics. That's the new term we're using. Aesthetics. She had all her aesthetics on, all her equipment, all her helmet. You know.
I always make fun of her. Q said we be wearing makeup. We be wearing makeup and still put a filter on.
Yo, wear makeup in a filter
said we
is
be wearing
crazy.
makeup and still put a
Makeup in a filter is
on.
crazy.
Somebody say
No,
he's so
Coco, don't do that.
disrespectful.
I
He
love
not
y'all, Coco. I just tell the
disrespectful.
truth.
No,
Yo, Coco,
Coco.
you ain't something funny? Respectfully, and I'm being honest with you, Coco. Yo, let's say Coco was a 5. Coco in her natural space and very pleasant and very light, she could be like a 6 or 7.
Somebody said Coco, he is.
I
No, he's
promise
not,
you.
guys. I swear to you, he's not.
It's a helmet.
I swear to you, he is not,
It's a
guys.
helmet.
We talk this ish every day, but he really is not disrespectful.
I know.
Coco, you're not a 0.
No, I don't think
Q
so either.
Q is just Q, but he is not
But look, it's like-
disrespectful. He really is not.
Blue 22!
I can't stand him. I really cannot. He's annoying.
I love a girl when she comfortable with none of that stuff on. I love her. I love her.
Guys, if I post a picture, I went to Florida the other day, posted a picture, and Q will comment on my picture, sit your ass down. Stop being out here looking for attention. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it'll be the most innocent picture, though. Like, it would be the most innocent picture.
Get it,
but
kitty.
he must do the most. That's just who he
She like,
is.
booty little
No, I
booty
do
poke out.
not. No, I do not. He lying.
And it look like it
He's
hurt when you do it like look at my little booty. That is
He's lying.
diabolical.
Guys, he's lying. He is lying. I be trying to put a little cute picture. She like,
Look
sit
at
your...
my little booty.
Yo, I can't stab.
I'm like,
Nah,
yo.
but that's my brother. I love him,
But
though.
then look, then if it's her birthday, get it, girl. Kill him. Don't hurt nobody.
No, we're not a couple. That's my brother. We just talk our ish.
you know what I do
The
love?
chemistry is just ill between us because that's just what it is.
I do love when women
It's just what it is.
when they feel confident, they walk outside and they love who they are as a human. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing I don't like bonnets. I ain't gonna front. I don't like bonnets. But you know what's funny? But
why
look,
do I see y'all men wearing bonnets
here's the question,
now?
though. Why do you see a do-rag in public ghetto, but a bonnet is not ghetto?
I believe both are ghetto.
Okay, as long as we establish that.
I think the
that's
bonnet is even more
crazy.
ghetto than the do-rag. I think the bonnet is even more. When I see guys wearing bonnets out now, that's crazy.
Curse them out. I see curse you out.
West Palm Beach guys in Florida.
I
We
see
have a
with
house
all
there.
the smoke. I see all the smoke. Got a brother that's in the gang. That's what I see. I see like ratchet. I'm like, yo, I see diabolical.
dying.
I see that you want to fight. I see that you ain't willing to hear nothing.
There's a Shay on here too.
Like, get out of here. My daughter will never come
Somebody
out.
said bonnet gives
You
Section 8
said that.
energy.
I didn't say that.
Polly is funny. I like him. Why your name Polly? You into poly relationships?
That might be their name.
I'm just saying, Polly is.
Yes, I'm definitely ghetto. I respect that you're
I'm
honest.
definitely ghetto.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm screaming.
But I'm gonna tell you something. The only problem is like you see like a doorway, and the logic says, let's say you go through a doorway, Shay, right? And I want you to hear
that's
this, right?
dope.
You see the door,
Right.
and you try to walk through a door. The issue I have with my culture is we try to walk through doors with all our baggage, and you can't get through the door because I'm gonna tell you, getting in certain spaces, if you're not willing to understand that certain rooms aren't gonna allow you with those ghetto ways to get there. That's our problem. We want to bring our natural ghetto behinds into certain aesthetics and then be like, oh, they think they better. No. They have something called, they have qualities. They're morally inclined. There's certain aesthetics that hit cerwant environments. Like you want to go into this new environment with these nasty ways.
Can
And
I
I'm
ask
like,
someone
get out of
question?
here. That's not reality.
So, because me and my girl were talking about this today.
don't
Polly,
ratchet
that's
on my
really
block.
cool that's your name because you speak 5 languages. That's dope. For the women watching the live, do you think, and I think we talked about this a while ago, do you think that you could stay with a man? Let's say,
I can't stay with no man. Fight for that.
nobody not talk all you.
All right.
Oh, and okay, jam down patwa. Okay, Polly. Women, ladies on the live, do you think that you could stay with a man? He works hard, bills are paid, he's doing everything right, but sexually, he is not pleasing you at all. The sex is
curious.
just
Horrible.
super bad. Like sex is not
What's that? Hell
good, not
no.
good, not good.
So I say
Can you
yes.
stay?
Call in, Coco. I'm curious, Coco. Call in, Coco.
Call in Coco.
We put it up right now. We gonna
No,
pin the
somebody
number.
said, Lord Jesus.
Call
Brown
in
sugar.
right now,
Hey,
Coco. I
brown
want
sugar.
Coco first. And Coco, I'm not calling. I don't want you to call in to argue with you. That's not what I'm doing today.
Somebody said more fire.
I love you. I love you,
Some
Coco.
people say yes. Ladies, be honest. Could you stay? Everything is right, but sexually, he's just not pleased. The sex is just awful. Yes, I could stay
Call
if
that
I
number
love him.
516-253.
We love you too, Marcus.
1150
I said nah.
516-253.
Leslie said my
1150.
orgasms are very important. Somebody
I
said,
respect
how
it.
can you teach him though if his sex is whack?
I respect it.
Somebody said, oh, hell nah. Yes, I could be with him.
Got out the headphone real quick.
If he was willing to work on that. How he gonna work on that? Get
You
a
could
like
get
a
better.
like a penis
No,
enlargement?
you can get better. No,
How
you
you
said
gonna
the
work on
sex
good
is
sex?
like, you didn't say you had a little meat.
But let's say both. Let's just say he just can't please you at all. Tongue, nothing.
I told you go to the extreme. You said one thing and you go to the extreme. You said the sex
Tyler
was
said he
whack.
be eating front and back. Tyler said you do it the most.
I'm out of this conversation. That is diabolical.
Tyler said he doing everything.
Diabolical.
Call up, ladies. Tyler said he doing it all. Whatever you want.
Somebody, you
He
all moving the
pleasing.
goalposts. You moved the goalposts on that one.
She moved. I did.
You did.
Top.
516-253-1150. 516-253-1150.
Somebody said, but she lady and she not active. That's true, because women.
Just don't have babies
If
if
I'm
you're
in
not
love with
satisfied,
him.
though. Because then you're going to want to leave and then you got a broken kid.
And now your son going to be have a little PP too.
I need somebody to call in. 516-253-1150.
Somebody said TikTok asked if this was appropriate. I put educational.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, my friend going through this. She said she don't mind. I could never. Oh, no.
Listen, everybody got their standards. Everybody got their different standards.
Like bad sex, though?
I ain't
Because
gonna
so
lie.
women know what's bad sex. What's bad sex to a guy?
We
Guys,
we
what are
fake
bad
orgasms
sex
too,
to you?
Jay.
Because we know what's bad sex.
We
Let's
fake
say,
it?
but let's say, what y'all faking? Let's say,
I tell you.
foreplay's not good for a woman. So we like, damn, he couldn't even work himself up
What's
to
the
it.
Sahara?
Now you on top of us, belly, everything. We bumping bellies.
What's the
And it's
Sahara?
like, oh my God. And
You know
it's
what the
whack.
Sahara is?
Oh, dry?
Oof.
Oh, oof.
Woof.
Damn, really?
Woy-oy. Damn. Yo, whoosh.
Bumping bellies, fat.
Whoosh.
Or she smell. Ooh. Ooh.
You know, I'm
Somebody
gonna
said
give a
dryness,
story
dehydration.
yesterday. So yesterday I'm at my man's 60th birthday. Shout out to my man Carlton. Happy 60th. Love you to death, my brother.
Pisces said if she not dry, it's because maybe you're not turning her on.
I just need you to answer. Could be, but a lot of times there's always gonna be an excuse, right? If a man don't get his wood up, he got a problem. Maybe not attracted to her. It can go both ways. Maybe you're just a dry situation.
That's possible.
Yes.
There could be an instance where a man wants to have sex and that girl is just not turning him on and nothing happens.
Yes.
Oh, I thought y'all just it just
No.
happens. Oh wow.
Maybe she smelled.
Oh.
Hello. I just want to ask, how can a woman smell like fish?
Ew, Q.
No, look, ladies, look, I'm not being funny.
What is
Hold
that?
on.
Yes,
Yes,
Leo said
Leo.
infection.
It has to be. Yo, guys, on my live right now, we're going to be honest. And I'm not trying to talk crazy.
Ooh,
You
y'all
ain't never
funny.
had a joint that you was about to hit and it smelled like fish? You be like,
Ew.
damn. I was like, Finding Nemo.
Ew.
Yes. I'm gonna give you a story. I'm gonna say she go
Like
she might
Escaviche?
remember.
Ew.
There was a girl she was beautiful too. Hold on, she was beautiful. And Shay, I finally got it. And she, like right there, and she smelled like crazy.
Ooh.
I was like, that's OD.
Not
Caller,
a
what's going on,
seafood,
caller?
bruh. Hi, how are you?
Caller.
Okay, bye.
All right. But listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, yo.
Oh.
I was like, what the
Somebody said if you ain't do the finger test.
You know how we do. You know how we do. All you do is taste and you want to smell it. That's really what you want to do. Like, come on.
We not off, guys. You know, come on.
That's Viv. That's my sister. Shout out my sister
Viv.
Vivi.
I realized it was.
That's my heart right there. That's my
Hey,
sister
Viv.
sister. But I'm just saying when you look at a lot of times I think we get older and we start realizing like what really matters. I think when a man comes into his own Shay, he learns to have a discernment like, yo, she's pretty, but she's a responsibility that I don't want. I remember one time a girl told me, you can't afford me. You know what I said? And I wouldn't want to afford you. Let's go. Caller.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Thank you. I had talked to you yesterday.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm the guy I was married 18 years.
Oh,
And,
yeah. That's my guy.
kind of going through it.
So I just want you to answer this before you say anything. So I told everybody when they hit me with their questions and everything in the DM, don't I respond, right?
Right.
Now we having a full-fledged conversation. I want you to know if you comfortable talking about it or not, because one thing I don't do, anytime somebody tell me something in confidentiality, I don't repeat it.
Right.
So if you comfortable enough to talk about this, okay. So
I'm comfortable. I need somebody to talk to because I don't have a lot of people to reach out about it.
you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do for you, matter of fact? DM me again, I'm gonna shoot you my personal cell. We're gonna talk.
Yeah, you sound sad. What's your name?
I'm sad for he sounds like a very good man too.
Wait, what's your name?
I'm Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. So what's going on?
Been married 18 years, been wife 21 years, and I found out recently, last 1 month, he's been talking to a guy, nothing sexual, nothing like physical, but sexual conversations on the phone, masturbating, phone sex, correspondence every day, texting, hey, how you doing? Just talking about sex stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy. I found out that it's my wife likes praise pink, and he likes breeding pink.
You know what I want to say to you though? Like, you know, today
I
we
didn't
started
hear that. His wife likes what?
She's entertaining it.
Oh, she's okay.
But
I'm
like
sorry.
today we started talking today at 5:00, me and Anthony, right? So I woke up this morning, I woke up the other day, and we've been talking every day. I'm talking about we like maybe 100 text messages between me and him. Like we talk a lot, right? But the one thing I want you to hear is though, like the one thing I've learned about you, and the one thing I've learned from you, is you got married for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
You got married for all the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that, no, you do. And the reason why I say that, and you give me hope because he's like, yo, we could figure it out. Like we could do this, we could do that. Like show me what I gotta do. Like
Hold on, but I want to hear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I know you said you've been married for 18 years. Can I ask you, was there? Now I'm not condoning anything she did.
Of
I was
course.
totally wrong. But were there any issues going on between you guys that led up to this? Again, I'm not agreeing with it. That is totally wrong. But did this just happen out of the blue, or was something going on in the marriage?
I'll say this. So, all right, now I'm gonna say this. I've been married 21 years. I was in the Navy. I retired. I've never, and this is people are from motherfuckers to believe, but I've been faithful to my wife the whole time, right? Everybody, it's hard for motherfuckers to believe that, but that's what it's been.
Yeah.
Right.
I've met my wife in high school from day one. I was 15 years old. I thought I was going to marry her, and it happened, right? This is how fast it was. So the problem was, I got off the Navy. I went through a little bit of depression after. We both went through depression, right?
Yeah.
She had weight loss. We've had some things we dealt with throughout our marriage, but
Right.
she went through a major weight loss. From, I want to say she lost over 170 pounds, and she
Started feeling herself.
She was really getting to her, and I told her, "Hey, look, don't be going to the gym. Don't be entertaining a dude talking in your face, because you start doing that shit, they're gonna start thinking you like them, and you just it turns on to a whole different thing." And that's what happened. She started talking to a dude. And because she was feeling insecure, because she lost weight, she looked good, but she needs like a mommy makeover, just a tummy tuck and like a breast lift. So she feels insecure about that.
Yeah.
So my validation telling her that she's not fat, she looks good, wasn't good enough.
Right.
As many times as she would ask me, if she would ask me 10 times, I would tell her 10 times she looked good, but it wasn't good enough because I love her, and she thinks I'm going to tell her
What she want to hear. Right.
What she want to hear, I'm just going to tell her what she want to hear.
Yes.
But this dude at the gym told her that she looks good. He's joking with her. That's the validation she wanted. And she takes it outside of our marriage. And I'm like, look, I'm asking for sex. I want sex every day. Sex is good. Sex is great.
Right.
But it's just not. Is basically she's pouring her love all into this dude, all her time in this dude. So.
She's not take that back. She's not pouring her love. She's pouring her attention.
Well, the text.
She don't love him.
Like it's more like
they don't even know each other.
She don't love him, but I feel like I don't. Okay, she don't love him, but it's a lot of infatuation.
100%.
The newness of it
is the attention.
The newness of it, yeah, it's the attention, the infatuation. So, I feel like it's just is. Yeah, I really don't even know. Like,
so where are you now in the marriage? Like, have you guys had a conversation? Did you guys think about counseling? Have you said to her, listen, like, let her know?
We got counseling scheduled for this Thursday. We got counseling scheduled for this Thursday.
Yes.
Have you asked her? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The rules to get back. This is what I said. I was like, look, I'm gonna have access to your phone,
right?
Because I don't trust you, right? And the thing is, like, she's always said, hey, you can always check my phone, right? And I've never once to this day had to check the phone till now, because I knew something was off. I'm gonna tell any guys, if you believe in your gut that something's going on, something is going on, because you know people, 20 years to being with somebody, you know the instincts, you know when shit starts lacking, love starts lacking. And I felt that. And I pray every day as a God, please take the spirit of insecurity away from me. Yeah. And it would never leave. And then I finally found out, I recorded her talking to somebody. I didn't want to do that, but like, this shit was fucking exhausting, trying to catch somebody cheating on you.
You know, the one thing that's not said yet, he also has a daughter with her.
Oh, wow.
They have a daughter.
Yeah.
And that's why, Anthony, that's why I told you from jump, like when he said it, one thing I don't do is I don't push separation or divorce. The one thing I told him was what? You should go seek therapy and professional help, because again, your heart is still there. And I do believe that y'all have so much history that, I don't know. But I think, therefore, y'all should definitely go seek the proper counseling before y'all decide to make a decision.
I missed something, though. Did she step out sexually or just emotionally? Just emotionally. Okay.
No,
she was just entertaining this person.
Just sex.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then like when I had these conversations with her, it's like she's 42, I'm 43.
Okay.
So I was almost like I'm talking to a 15-year-old almost, like, because it's like she doesn't know that getting numbers from men and texting them is wrong. I'm like,
she knows that, right? She knows that.
Yeah, she knows it's wrong.
To justify behavior, you got to believe your own madness.
Yeah, she knows it's wrong.
Because
let
if
me
you
ask
did it,
you
she'll
this:
be
did
mad.
she try to flip it on you and say it's something that you're not doing, and that's why I'm out here doing this with this person? Yes or no?
No, she said that her insecurities are because of me, because when I was on my last deployment in 21, she thought I was cheating because I wasn't communicating.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Anthony, don't do that to yourself. That's an excuse. That's an excuse.
And her insecurities from that led up to this kind of like her that's why she has her insecurities now, and that's why her talking to some dude, that's him telling her that she's good enough and she's not fast.
Let me tell you something,
BS.
Anthony. I'm gonna stop you right there and tell you something real quick.
BS.
There's nothing that you can do to make a person do something that they don't want to do.
100%.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, if you're married and you're in a marriage, and me, you are married, I know I'm a wife just like you're a husband. So ain't no way that you gonna do something that's gonna lead me to texting another dude and masturbating and phone sex and all the stuff that you saying. I'm doing all of that because I want to do that.
100%.
So don't let her try to impose her issue on you. At the end of the day, she's doing it because she want to do it. Now, if you decide that, listen, you want to work hard for your marriage, that's great. Go ahead and do that. But don't let her try to guilt you into feeling like it was your fault.
Can I say one thing? I think honestly, if she comes 100% and be accountable,
right,
I can respect it.
But she isn't. She's telling him that it was what he did.
That's why I don't respect it.
You need to let her take accountability and not put blame on you.
Today she took accountability. She wants to do the things that I asked.
Because you stand on business.
She's leaving the gym. She's the phone thing is on lock and checking in whenever I need to check in, and we're gonna. She's
100%.
If we need to do couples counseling more, she's gonna set that up.
Yes.
But I'll say this: the thing that hurts the most out of everything is the lying for 4 months. And I asked her to her face, "Hey, are you?" And whatever, and she would lie to my face and say, "Why would you think that? I would never do that to you."
Yeah, of course.
And that's the thing that hurts because it's so hard. Like for 4 months. And now you're hurt because I found out, and you blew up our whole world, because now my daughter, like, I don't know if me and my daughter are gonna, have a relationship, or the same relationship that we had before. Because,
let me tell you, she not mad at what she did. She mad she got caught.
And I personally think as you go through this counseling thing, I think you should be able to see what you could
be like,
tolerate and deal with. I'm gonna give you a look. I'm gonna shoot you my number. We're gonna talk one-on-one. Me and you.
Yeah, Anthony, thank you so much for calling, and I'm gonna pray over you.
Hold on, guys. I want y'all to give him a round of applause. This guy's and respectfully, and Anthony, I want you to hear this. It takes a real man to admit your vulnerabilities, and you in a vulnerable space right now. It takes a real man to do that, my brother. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And I have the utmost respect for you. Because we all go through something. And the fact that this man even want to fight for his family, listen, only God has to be in the midst of that storm. Because again, you want to weather it with your family, and I respect that extremely, my brother.
Yeah.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes.
Sure, Anthony. So even, I love her so much, right? Even though all through this, she doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yes.
And I'm not going to put her out in the cold. So even if I was to leave her, I'm going to make sure she has food and a place to stay.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
You're a good guy, Anthony.
So I've always loved her. Like, and so that's, so all through this, and that's what I'm saying. I'm mad because she never thought the steps ahead of this, because now she's worried about me leaving her and all this kind of stuff. But she wasn't thinking about what was going to happen after. Does she have a place to stay? Does she have a place to go?
Yes.
And
he's a good man.
So I'm thinking about that now for her, whether she's going to be able to eat and stuff like that. So, but we're going to try to counseling. If the counseling don't work and we can't come somewhere, to a middle ground, then
y'all will.
I've tried.
Listen, guys, everybody in my life, we praying to keep this black family together, guys. Let's call it what it is. All my ladies and my gentlemen on my live, we're gonna pray for it, bro. We're gonna pray.
Yeah, we're gonna pray for you,
God be in the midst of that problem, man.
Take it to God. Take it to church.
Every relationship has a storm.
I don't know if y'all go to church, but take it to church too. If the counseling don't work, take it to church. Your pastor, like, do whatever it is you got to do, because you sound like you love your wife and you want things to work, and you don't want your family to be dismantled.
I just want you to hear something. I want everybody to hear this. Just know, when we all go before judgment, you're gonna be responsible for all them people and families that you done broke up. Because they say anything that God puts together, no man and no woman shall break. And that's why I would never tell you to leave your wife. I would never. I think it's wrong.
So when you said that, where you pointing at my face for? So don't point for me. Don't pine me, cause you pine me like say me mess
Don't
up
worry about
nobody's
that.
family.
Yo, we gonna talk. I'm gonna send you my number, all right?
Sure.
Now that's a good brother. Like guys, we've been talking
Yes,
and
sir.
I've gotten to we spoken back and forth a lot. You know, that's why I tell people they hit my DM a lot. I respond. I always respond and I engage and I learn and I hear from both sides. And from what I've evaluated with him,
No,
he's a
don't
very
point
good
to
man. A very, very good man. And the crazy part is the same way women always talk about what they go through, men go through the same problems.
I agree. And
You know?
he sound real hurt.
Can I ask you a question?
He
Have
sound real hurt.
you ever in your life heard nice women finish last? I've always heard nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
I've never heard nice women finish last.
And you heard even in the end, he said, I don't want her to not have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want her to not have nowhere
Sound
to
like
go,
me.
even in the end of it.
Sound like me.
Yeah, but why you always have to put yourself in
No,
other
I'm being
stuff?
honest, because real men, if you love somebody, just because we don't fell out, the love doesn't supposed to leave. True love, Shay, don't leave. It's just not, we not for each other, but I still love the person. That's true love. Right? If I was saying, yo, you my sister, we fall out, but I want the worst for you, that mean I never had good intentions for you in the first place. I only had good intentions for you if you were beneficial to me.
I agree.
That's
yeah.
diabolical. If Shay got an opportunity right now, guys, and they say, yo, Shay has the opportunity to go to a bigger platform, I'm gonna say, my sister, go get that bag. Go get
But
that
you
bag.
know what? I'm one of those people. Funny you talking about that. I'm one of those people that I feel like
I love you more, Rose.
I couldn't. I swear I couldn't. Cause I love y'all. I couldn't. Like I feel like if I was to get that opportunity,
I look like, yes.
I know Tyler out. He dipping on us. Oh, Tyler's out. Tyler
Yo, hold on,
is out
guys.
of here.
Look, they don't know what's behind the scenes.
I'm saying on record, I love
Tyler
Shay.
and
I
Shay
love you too.
are like oil and vinegar, but also water and water. They got this thing. That's
We have
this
a love-hate
thing where they got this
relationship.
thing.
He loves me and I hate him. That's the
Look,
love.
you know what it is? Shay feels like Tyler is
A
younger,
child. He's a
so she
child.
be shooting at him for his age.
a
And then
child.
Tyler, he feels like, yo, you don't listen to me because of my age. So they both have valid points.
That is not true.
That's how he
Tyler
feels.
likes
Nah,
to
we
be
good
like,
now,
I'm a
though.
man. I'm a man. And then when
Because he
situations
feels you don't
arise,
say.
he starts acting like he's a child. So now we're the
That was
same
one
side.
situation,
We're
guys, and we
Virgos,
talked about
guys.
that. It's one situation. All right, shit,
We're
I got you.
Virgos. We're Virgos. So we bum heads.
I got you.
And people always talk. Now we gonna get into some. People always talk about Virgo men. I've never met a Virgo man that was what people said till I met Tyler, and I'm like, oh my
Just
god.
so y'all know,
That's supposed
can I
to
say
mean?
this real quick?
Oh my
Tyler, look,
God.
guys. Tyler's my understudy, right?
I love Tyler,
Tyler's
though.
my understudy. That's cute. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Tyler is me,
Yo.
100%. But the thing about Tyler, and he's still younger, so he's getting there. And I tell Shay, I was like, Shay, we're the older
August.
ones, so we have to be mindful too.
Right.
We are older. Shay was stuck between a rock and a hard place the other day between her and Tyler. And I saw it. And I was like, damn, Shay ain't got no way out of that.
That was
And I was
hard.
like, damn, she got no way out of this situation. She got to go work with this girl.
But it's what he did. It's what Tyler
Yes.
did. Yo, Tyler say that. You not gonna say nothing? You not gonna say nothing? I'm like,
did.
Tyler.
Yo,
Tyler.
on record, I looked her straight in her eyes and said,
Yo,
"You not gonna say
Tyler
nothing?"
looked me straight in my eye, guys, as him and my homegirl. Now, mind you, they're both my friends. Like, Tyler's my friend. I love
Tyler's the
Tyler.
best.
I love Tyler. We may get into it, but guys, one thing that I have done on this podcast when I'm around men, I've grown. I'm learning to... I came on this podcast and I was so adamant, you're not going to talk about women. You're not going to say it about us, blah, blah, blah. But I've learned that this is their experience with women and the women that they have experienced. And I've learned...
I can't believe we got that. We got that on video.
It's a Tito's.
We got
And I've learned that I have to sometimes sit. Now, don't get me wrong. If I have to
you
defend
need to
certain
sit down
things,
sometimes.
if I have
That's
to
what you
defend
need to do.
certain things, I'm gonna defend certain things. But I've learned that I can't take my brothers for granted when they're saying this is their experience, this is what they're seeing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I love them. I love them despite. Sometimes we have disagreements. We're in a group chat, and every day they sending me things. Look at women. Look at what they do. Women. Sometimes I just gotta.
But when
silence
we
them.
off air, you be like, yo, they
Y'all
be
mad
wild.
annoying in the group text though.
You be like,
In
they
the group
be
text?
wild.
Yo, in the
They
group-
be on our side a lot.
Yes, you
Sometimes
do.
in the situations that y'all send me, if y'all
Agreed,
send me a
agreed,
situation
agreed.
where a
I'll be
woman
fair.
out there
I'll be fair.
begging
I'll be
guys, of
fair.
course
It's
I'm gonna
true.
be
This is
like,
true.
yo, I agree
Fair.
with that. Yo, she bugging,
Fair.
she
Fair.
crazy.
Fair.
I love y'all. I will admit, these are my brothers and I love them. And when they're speaking facts, I sit and I listen. Like I said, guys, I call Q every day. To just, yesterday I called my brother early in the morning. Ain't brush my teeth or wash my face. Brother.
You see my text
Sound
is?
like I smoked a pack
I
of
never call
Newports.
y'all. You know what my text is?
What?
What I always tell y'all, I tell y'all to What I always text y'all, call me.
Call me. Oh yeah, you always say
Because
to
I'm
call
like,
me.
I say call me
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be on your time now.
Yeah.
So when you free, I just text call me.
You know.
So I say call me guys because I'm like, I want to be on your time.
Me too.
Now, because I don't want half of your attention, I want your undivided.
But I'm listening to my guys. I'm listening to what y'all saying. But guys, I want y'all to understand though, in the midst of you guys saying that the issues you guys have women with,
It's diabolical.
we have some
100%.
issues too, guys. And that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that it's fair to say both genders, we have our problems with each other.
100%.
And I don't want us to sit here and say, well, women this.
I
You
agree.
guys all say your issues with women. I sit here as the only woman here. I'm the only girl here with a bunch of guys. And I sit here
That's
and I
on your
take it.
side and love you.
And I take it. That's not the point I'm trying to make.
Big
I'm saying that
difference,
we
Mayo.
may have, you guys have your issues with women, but we have our issues with y'all too.
Agreed.
And when I say, when we point out the problem, I always want to know what is the solution.
Agreed.
So if I'm sitting here saying, well, you say, well, I don't like your mouth. And I'm like, well, I don't like when you do this.
Agreed.
Well, I don't like when you, well, I don't like when you do that. We could do that for days and go back and forth about what we don't like about each other. But then what is the solution? Because when you come on here and you talk about women, that's not every woman. You know, every woman is not looking
I'd
for a
say
guy
most.
that's making 6 figures,
Most
this,
means
and
more
to
than
take
half,
care of
shit.
them. Every man is not
Right.
looking for a woman to be a 10 and to be this and to be that.
Agreed.
So we need to have space in between what's reality and what's not. And I do know
100%.
the exception doesn't make the rule, but we have to identify both and we have to talk about both is all I'm
But
saying.
that one thing I like about it is the fact that we created a forum, right? That we actually able to have these conversations where people
Right.
are able to see it from 2 different perspectives and 2 different lenses. I think that for my ladies that out here, like a lot of times when I say a lot of women are promiscuous, the women that aren't should be proud of themselves. When I say that a lot of guys out here bums, the ones that aren't should be proud of themselves. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be trying to defend people's weirdness.
Right.
If there are a lot of people out here doing lazy and bum stuff, you shouldn't be defending them.
Right.
If there are men out here right now that aren't trying to take care of their kids, we shouldn't be defending them. You shouldn't be defending the women that walk around here on whole time. You shouldn't be defending them. This is why they feel so secure.
I don't defend women that walk around the whole time.
That's not what I said. But there are a lot of women that do.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, well, she's liberated. She's expressing her individuality as a human. No, she looks like a prostitute. She
That's
looks like
not
a
nice,
prostitute.
Albert. See what Albert says? Shay's getting divorced while listening to her. I'm actually getting a
I wouldn't even worry about it.
separation. It's not a divorce. We're getting a separation because we need a little space from each other because we're raising kids. And like I said, guys, I come on this platform and I'm open. We have a lot of things that we need to work on and we have a lot of things that aren't right and we need to just step away for a second, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm being honest. I'm bringing my ish to the stage. I'm okay with being authentic, and that's just what
makes
it
us
is.
real.
So what, not listen to me because I'm admitting my problem and admitting what I'm going through and admitting how I need to fix it or lack thereof? Come on, guys, don't do that. Don't be judgmental.
I agree. But I wouldn't worry about that because at least you tell your truth, right?
Yeah.
You don't be capping. You
Don't do that.
Since you've been here, you've been
Y'all
consistently
corny
shit.
for that.
Consistently shit. Shay, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here today?
We have more Tito?
We don't get paid for that. Please don't say that no more.
Guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in every Sunday and just listening to us. And you know what? At the end of the day, somebody said I'm Shay's next husband. Okay, Mars. Thank you. And I just love you guys. I thank you guys for, like I said, always tuning in. You guys come on I see some of you guys every week for 2 hours listening to us. And I couldn't be more grateful. And we appreciate you guys. And hope you guys have a blessed week. My birthday is August 30th. So make sure y'all wish me a happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Ew.
Listen, guys, before we get out of here, I want to say, as a man controls his hands, a woman has to control her mouth. And we have to learn that that's prominent to creating a healthy relationship. I don't think a man could ever, in life, ever make me understand why he hit a woman.
Thank you.
I can't understand that.
Yeah.
But I do believe that women can make a woman understand why she disrespected a man. But a man can't ever go to a man and make him understand why he put his hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Real men would never jack that. To my real women, y'all need to tell these women that is childlike and that's immature. Yes, you can tell a man about himself, but it's about how you're doing it.
What? Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you talk to a man, you can make or break him with your words and how you speak to him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sometimes we have men and women that get mad because a lot of women be like, oh my God, this man is XYZ. And they're like, he doesn't want to do anything for you because you didn't respect him when he was. And now he doesn't want to do anything more for you. So sometimes, ladies, we want to be married or we want great relationships, but we got to learn how to be decent people. And I say decent because no one is perfect. We got to learn how to be decent people for the people that we want to fit. Because again, it's one thing to ask for a job. It's another thing when your resume don't match the job that you're asking for. Let me say that one more time. It's one thing to ask for a job, but it's another thing to ask for a job when your resume don't match the job you're looking for. Till next time, guys. Don't let that go over your head.